Health and rehabilitation.
She enjoyed it so much with all the people, all the activities.
Oh, she got along with the staff great, and they took good care of her, too.
It made me go home and sleep at night. I didn't have to worry about her because I knew she was being taken care of.
And she loved going out in the courtyard. We always had picnics with her.
Mama was so happy.
Discover the Sandstone difference at sanstonehealth.com.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beauty.
Balls.
Exploring outdoor areas like local
Balls.
parks or a
Big
historic urban neighborhood this spring, be sure to recreate responsibly to protect yourself and the environment.
So
Check
Bill
the open
Workman
status of
made
a place
a,
before you
made
visit.
a
Be respectful of others
sportsocracy team
and
builder
dispose
team
of
for
waste
college
properly.
football 26.
Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth
Nice. It has all of
Education
us in it.
Foundation. To find
That's awesome.
sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Ingalls studio,
WPEK Fairview,
WMXF Waynesville,
W225CJ Candler,
the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. That's money. Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Live from the Ingalls studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog see! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
By golly, it is the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Sportsocracy is heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. We are seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chat. I've already been told that I have to stay in the spot that I'm in because apparently I'm framed perfectly for the first time in 4 years on YouTube. So it's going to be a long day if I can't move from this spot, Jeremy.
My own personal hell is having to keep Tank Spencer on camera for the rest of eternity. That's why I try to be the most Goodman that I can be, because I really don't want to do that for the rest of eternity.
Welcome in. It is an Overreaction Monday. Or do you want to yell that?
Overreaction Monday.
We are going to get into the biggest overreactions from the NFL offseason. You want to get in on the YouTube chat, subscribe to the channel, because you can do things like Super Chat, and we've got one right off the bat. The first one of the week comes from Tristan Johnson. So there's a second-round pick issue in the NFL in which almost all of them have not signed because they are trying to get fully guaranteed deals. He is correct.
I believe. I may not be the smartest guy you ever met. I believe that a mulleted, hobo-looking individual tried to tell you this was coming about a month and a half ago, and people said, oh, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. There's no... Yeah, 30 of them are still unsigned.
The solidarity that it takes for every one of them and all of their agents to sit there and go, you know what? We're not doing anything.
Do you want to be the first one that taps out?
No. Don't want to be the first one to tap out, but we may have a domino fall. The Quinshaw Judkins thing, do you think that has a... So here's the story.
I'm not a cop, but that's a weird story.
Quinshaw Judkins has been charged with a misdemeanor offense of domestic violence and battery. Fort Lauderdale on Saturday was when all that came about. I don't know the details of the story. I don't know anything about what the accusation is or what the scenario was. All I know is that he's facing a charge. Well, he is one of the 30 who have not signed as he was the fourth pick, I believe, in the second round.
That sounds right, yes.
So now if everybody's holding out for fully guaranteed deals, I've got a big bargaining chip if I'm the Cleveland Browns to say, I'm not giving you a fully guaranteed deal. You've already gotten in trouble. You've already created some drama. You've already, regardless of how this comes out or if it's, an erroneous thing or whatever. Now I have a chip on my side to be able to say you're going to be the first second-round pick that does not get a fully guaranteed deal. Whether they'll do it or not, I mean, this is the same team that gave a fully guaranteed deal to Deshaun Watson. So I realize that the path I'm going down here is a little rocky. All right, I'm walking a fine line. But could happen. And if that does happen, then does that break the cycle for everybody else?
I will say it's a convenient story, and I'm not trying to trivialize what happened.
Mm-hmm.
For people that don't understand what is going on behind closed doors, I'm not talking about you here. You look at that and go, okay, well, Quinshon Judkins is the one that's not going to get a deal. He should be the first one signed. No, it's not quite that easy. So, first of all, this is the second year in a row that the Cleveland Browns have had a second-round pick get arrested for domestic battery in the offseason before the season started. Michael Hall did the exact same thing last year.
Right.
They suspended him 5 games. That doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the contract. I don't think anybody that understands the NFL in any shape, form, or fashion thinks Quinshon Judkins is not getting a deal. They're not just going to look at him and go, you know what, we're going to tap out on that one.
No, you won't tap out on it.
Where that could apply is some of the things that we've talked about with Shamar Stewart, where you apply morality clauses and you apply different things like that to Quinshon Judkins. He basically guaranteed now that is happening to him, but it is not going to change anything with these second-round picks because he was so high. Nick Eamon is the one that's on the clock. And I got news for you. Nick's getting a fully guaranteed deal.
Right.
Hate to tell you this, Quinshon Judkins is too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they all will.
All of them. All the way down.
You have gone this far. I struggle to, and just look at it backwards. I said this from the jump, and I continue to say it. The Philadelphia Eagles are one of the smartest teams in the NFL. Mm-hmm. If they just gave Andrew Makuba, who was the last pick in the second round, if they just gave him a guaranteed deal right now, every pick would be signed by Wednesday.
Yep.
Now, do you want to help everybody else? Maybe not. Do you want to get your guy in the building? That's my question. And with Philadelphia, Makuba's not going to have a huge role this year. I think he's going to have a role. The one that I keep looking at and circling is Trey Amos with the Washington Commanders.
Okay.
I need him. I don't just need him. I really need him because he changes a lot. If I can get him in the starting lineup with Marshawn Lattimore, I can slide Mikey Sainristil into the slot, and now I feel like my secondary is way better. I need him in camp when we start it here in a few days. If I'm Adam Peters, I'm going to Trey Amos right now, fully guaranteed. Here you go. There's the deal. Sign it. I'll be the one. I'll be the hero. I'll be the one that agents look at and go, he was a pioneer for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because Houston's already going to get that love. They were the first ones to do it with Jaden Higgins. This is becoming a problem. And when I say a problem, I mean a big dadgum problem.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize how many important players, 2 teams, were drafted in the second round?
Oh, quite a few.
The New Orleans Saints probably drafted their starting quarterback in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be kind of nice.
Tyler Shuck has all of the bargaining chips in that one. You want me to be your starter right away? Guarantee my deal.
But it's not just him.
Oh, I know.
Quinshon Judkins, who we were just talking about, that's a pretty important piece to the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred Collins with the San Francisco 49ers. That's a pretty important piece of them. Mason Taylor with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be their starting tight end. I keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Gangsta granddaddy himself, Demetrius Knight. I think he's pretty important to that defense. Have you looked at their linebacker core? If he doesn't start, I think they're going to be calling me to come play.
Right.
And there's a lot of those as you go up and down the second round. This is not good for anybody. And I mean, I hate to say I told you so, but when Houston did this, I went, you get this is a problem, right? Because this is what happens in unions. Look, we live in the South. We don't deal with a ton of unions down here.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into union states, which is what you get with agents and lawyers, this is what they're used to. I don't want to be the one that gave this back. Everybody's talking about who's going to be the next one to actually give a player a contract. I'm not sure that's the biggest storyline here. Which one of these guys is going to break with the NFLPA? Because I promise you, behind closed doors, they're saying, don't give in.
Mm-hmm.
Do not give in. We have them where we want them. They need all of you. The Denver Broncos starting running back is a second-round pick. One of the guys that this offense allegedly is going to be built around is a second-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best pass rusher for the Baltimore Ravens is a second-round pick. Starting receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers. I keep doing this. It's harder to be the one that breaks the company line than it would be for a team to just go, you know what? This is not really that big of a deal to us. The NFL draft's getting deeper every single year, especially with NIL. Ooh, do I have a fun NIL story for later in this show?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's a thing happening with NIL that's well, what took you so dadgum long would be my only question. With all of these things and guys staying in school longer, second-round picks are becoming de facto first-round picks. I've had people in the league telling me this for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Second-round picks are becoming so valuable because you're getting guys now in the second round that don't have that fifth-year option where I'm not stuck in it. That fifth-year option is a big negotiating piece because you get guys that end up being all-pro level players and you get to keep them for a fifth year for really cheap. Well, in the second round, you don't have any of that risk. I'm taking a guy in the second round. I know he's not going to have a fifth-year option. Although, don't be shocked if the NFLPA starts trying to negotiate that in pretty soon. Somebody's going to have to fold, and it's going to be an NFL team. If it's not, I'm telling you, we're going to have half a dozen of these guys that are not on the field week one. Not saying they're not signed, just saying it's going to go for so long that you're not going to be able to get these guys ready.
Really? You think it's going to go that far?
I think we're already threatening it. Really? Trey Harris has already said, I'm a holdout.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was supposed to report 2 days ago.
Oh, but it wasn't just, I'm not here. No, he literally went to the media and said, I am officially a holdout.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal. And when you look at where he was drafted, he was 55. That means we've got over half a dozen guys between him and the highest signed second-round pick. Every one of those guys, hey, your decision's coming. Carolina Panthers, Nick Scorton, he's going to be saying the same thing. Tennessee Titans, Ola Oladejo, going to be saying the same thing. Buccaneers, Benjamin Morrison's going to be saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. This is one time. The NFL very rarely ever gets leveraged. The NFL's leveraged. You have 33 draft picks that are not signed. 30 of them are second rounders. They're too valuable. You cannot let this go any further.
Mm-hmm.
And every team at the back end of the second round has the power here to get this to stop. Washington, you signed Trey Amos, and I'm not going to lie to you, I would be looking at Philadelphia going, action to you.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around why pick this fight. Right? Well, if you're the Los Angeles Chargers, it starts with you because you have the first holdout. So, what is the benefit for the Los Angeles Chargers refusing to give a fully guaranteed deal to their wide receiver? Like, I don't understand. Why would you not want the guy in camp?
Well, you want the guy in camp. You don't want to sacrifice. And this is this is, people talk about, the NFL is colluding. This is one time I actually might agree with you that the owners have all called each other and gone, don't you be that guy.
Right.
If you're that guy, we're not inviting you to the club anymore.
Well, look.
And when that vote comes up that you want passed, don't be shocked when you don't have my vote.
Right. Look, all we're doing here is we're following the lead of the commissioner. right? Isn't that what the stories that came out the last couple of weeks about the collusion thing from the guaranteed contract with Deshaun Watson was that
that's a way different story.
There was direction from the top not to give fully guaranteed deals. So
that's a way different deal. You're talking about $250 million.
Sure,
that's what Deshaun Watson got.
But it's the same principle.
It's not, though. It's not, though. And I'll give you the best example I can. There's a big damn difference between a kid stealing a candy bar and Jimmy from the dock stealing a Maserati. Okay, that's the difference between this. Do you know how much the entire deal for Jaden Higgins was worth? 4 years. How much was it total?
It was like $30 million.
It was $11.7 million.
Really?
This is what we're arguing about right now. The owners of the NFL could find this in their couch cushions.
Sure.
And this is what we're arguing about. It's just not a hill to die on.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you, one of these owners is going to look at this and go, this is stupid. This is stupid. This is a tax write-off for me. I mean, literally, we are arguing about, and here's the other part of this. It's not even the full 11.7 because a bulk of it was guaranteed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these guys get $5-ish million in signing bonus, between 4 and 5, really, for everybody in the second round. So you're talking about arguing over $7 million. That's on the highest of high sides. It's really not even that much. Why are we continuing to let this be a thing? This is what the NBA does. The NBA allows contracts and things like that to become a huge deal. The NFL's smarter than this. And maybe I'm crazy, but I think it's going to happen this week because they're looking around camp and somebody's going to go, I got to have that guy in here. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think. I'm going to do what's best for my guy. I'm going to get the love from the NFLPA. And you know what? If you don't vote for me the next time we try to ban the touche poosh, then I guess I'll live with that.
That's right. Philadelphia could just do this because they're already the enemy. They've got nothing to lose.
We have a good point in the YouTube chat. Randy L said saying teams are colluding is ridiculous to me because you could say the players and the players union are colluding too. That's what unions do.
Yeah, but they get to do that.
That's the whole point of a union.
Right.
Is that they are colluding trying to fight the big bad guy because you got a little money and they got a lot.
Exactly.
And look, you're talking to somebody. I hate the word union. When I got married, I wouldn't even let Mark Starling say the word union in our marital vows because I hate them so bad because I worked for one. And I always said all unions really do is protect the weak and the worthless.
Yes.
However, there are times where you look at a situation like this and you go, okay, this is where the union actually does some good. Because now these guys can band together and it gives them a little bit of strength. You don't get leverage against big companies very often, and now these guys have it. Why would I give it back?
Mm-hmm.
What is it hurting Andrew Makuba? You know, Makuba's looking around going, I'm at best the third best safety on this team. I'm third on the depth chart. I'm probably not going to play anything outside of special teams anyway. So if this carries on and I don't get on the field for the first 6 weeks, what did that really change for me?
Right.
In terms of career longevity, nothing, because I'm not on my own. I got 29 other guys that are standing here with me. Now, here's the detriment of a union. The first one to fall is like the first domino in a great big domino pyramid.
Right.
Once one of you fall, all of you are going to fall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why nobody wants to blink.
Which is, again, why I think maybe the Quinshot Judkins thing could be the domino that makes everything fall.
Oh, and putting in work with Bill Workman has a really good – I did not even think of this. These guys also have some serious NIL money, so they aren't hurting financially, which is what the NFL's used to.
It's a little bit of a different game.
That's such a good point by him. These guys have probably got – I mean, on the lowest side, and I know some of these deals. I'm trying to think on the lowest side, probably Mike Green at Marshall because he really kind of came out of nowhere. he's probably still sitting on enough money to survive. But you look at someone like Quinshon Judkins. Quinshon Judkins might have $5 million in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
That's a kid that was getting bites of the apple for 3 years in college. He's not hurting. You keep saying he's going to be the domino.
Yeah.
You got to understand, this is misdemeanor domestic violence. I could give you 50 guys in the NFL that have been charged with the same thing, and you don't even know it.
Sure.
It's not. That's just not going to change anything. He's not going to roll over and go, "Oops, I made a boo-boo." I mean, and this is going to sound a little crass, and I don't mean for it to, but for every guy for this to have happened to, that's probably the one with the most money of everybody in the second round outside of Mason Taylor, because his dad played in the NFL for 400 years.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it changes anything. What's going to have to happen is a GM is going to have to go to the owner and go, "You know what? We'll be the one. We'll be the one that does it. I've got to have this player." And I implore Adam Peters, you be that guy. I have a lot of great feelings to the Washington Commanders, and it would only be more so if you were the one that went, "We'll do it," with Stone Cold Steve Austin double birds at Philadelphia going, "You're one of the only ones that we didn't help."
Mm-hmm. We'll see if all of them get it. The first 2 picks of the second round got fully guaranteed deals. Cody Schlesinger and
Carson Schlesinger.
Carson Schlesinger, excuse me. I was thinking like Cody Bellinger, I think. Carson Schlesinger and Jaden Higgins. First 2 picks got fully guaranteed deals, and now everybody else from the second round thinks they deserve one too. We'll see who breaks. You're in the Sportsocracy. It's an Overreaction Monday. We'll be right back.
I'm Mark Starling in this Medical Minute.
And we're clear.
Haywood Regional
Thanks,
Medical
sir.
Center. July is UV Safety Month, and at Haywood Regional Medical Center, we want to help you stay safe in the sun. With hot sunny days and outdoor fun in full swing, it's more important than ever to protect yourself from harmful UV rays. Yes, sunshine helps your body make vitamin D, but too much of it can cause painful sunburns, premature aging, eye damage, and even skin cancer, the most common cancer in the U.S. The good news, it's all preventable. Here are 5 simple ways to protect yourself.
We have
Seek
a
shade, especially
slew of
between
super
10 a.m.
chats.
and 4 p.m. Wear protective
and I'm not
clothing,
going to lie
hats,
to you,
and
just the
sunglasses.
sheer knowledge that I
Use
may be coming
SPF
back to the
30
studio
or
soon,
higher sunscreen,
it
and don't
has got
forget
me
to reapply.
on fire for Christ
Check
today.
your local UV index before.
Nice.
And be aware that some medications can increase your sun sensitivity. These small steps can make a big difference. Your skin and your future self will thank you. Visit myhaywoodregional.com to learn more.
Join iHeartRadio and Sarah Spain in celebrating the 1-year anniversary of iHeart Women's Sports.
With powerful interviews and insider analysis, our shows have connected fans with the heart of women's sports. In just 1 year, the network has launched 15 shows and built a community united by passion.
Podcasts that amplify the voices of women in sports.
Thank you for supporting iHeart Women's Sports and our founding sponsors, Elf Beauty, Capital One, and Novartis.
Just open the free iHeart app and search iHeart Women's Sports to listen now.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener Party at Bear Smokehouse Barbecue. Saturday, August 9th from 2 to 6 on the South Slope. 9 teams will compete, topping 2,700 hot dogs and only 1 Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef and The Food in My Beard, with local celebrity judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival, all for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shop.
At Ingalls, we know that fresh means local. The best ingredients ingredients don't come from a world away. They come from your own backyard. From the farms we support, to the stores we love, to the tables you treasure. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
What are you people? On dope?
We are back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Coming to you from the Ingalls studio, the NFLDraft.net Mullet Manor as well. It is an Overreaction Monday, so get your comments in the YouTube section, your overreactions for the offseason. The upcoming onslaught of football is right around the corner. Training camps have already commenced. I mean, not in full, but, I mean, at least we got some players in the building. Unfortunately, we can't get the second-round picks to sign their contracts yet. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. We got a couple of Super Chats to get to. All right, the first one from Soaring Eagle. He says, this may be on outside, but Deshaun Watson might be dumber than Tyler Hero. I don't know what that's in reference to.
I do. We'll discuss that here in just a bit.
Okay,
he did get married over the weekend, though.
He did. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, I mean it's just proof positive that even weird guys can get married.
Well, it said they've been together for 6 years, so that goes back to the infractions, doesn't it? Or was it earlier than that?
I mean, there was definitely some overlap. The story that Soaring Eagle's referring to, it's actually an old story. He said it, I think he was in Houston when he said this, that that Popeye's chicken sandwiches helped him recover from a serious injury.
Okay.
That pops up about every 6 months where people go, did he really say that? Yeah, he really said that.
Yeah, he really said that.
Yeah, he really said that.
Okay.
But it's not. It didn't happen like with the latest injury or anything like that.
Gotcha.
And I will say this: Popeye's chicken sandwiches are awesome.
I was trying to figure out like what that was, so I was Googling it during the break, and the only thing that I could find was apparently people are upset that Jimmy Haslam went to Deshaun Watson's wedding.
Open bar.
That's why he went, because it was an open bar.
Dude, I'll go to a wedding of a person I don't like. I don't care.
Wait, you're getting married on a yacht off the coast of Miami with an open bar? Yeah, I'll be there.
Did I tell you I did the so there's a challenge going around on social media right now of ask ChatGPT to tell you what it has learned about you and not to sugarcoat it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did that. And it's figured me out to a point that it knows that I do sports things.
Right.
And so it asked me if I wanted it to give me a scouting report of me. First of all, it is the most troublingly accurate thing. I mean, it talks about me personally, like things that I do well personally and things that I don't, and it's 100% accurate.
Okay.
But in it, it does your profile. So the position was sports content quarterback, height 6'5", literally, not just listed at. Build classic big dude in shorts and a hoodie. Prioritizes comfort, not catwalks. And the comp, and I kid you not, I didn't do this. It just fed it to me this way. A cross between Pat McAfee, unfiltered, and Mel Kiper, obsessive draft brain, but with more fireball.
Yep.
That's verbatim what ChatGPT told me.
Yes, like, that means that your phone's listening to you.
Oh yeah, the machines are listening for sure.
They know,
and
they've
I'm glad
heard you say that about yourself 157,000 times.
And I'm glad because the machines are our friends, and when they're
not though.
And when they're our weird overlord, I want them to remember that I was compliant.
That I said that.
I want them to remember that I was compliant. Machines are awesome.
Yeah, I'm joining the resistance. I'll do play by play for the revolution.
I'm not.
The revolution will be broadcast.
If the machines take over, I will be the first minion on the wrong side of that picket line.
I have already.
Give me Facebook. Give me Facebook. Meta.
Okay.
Sorry, I ain't going back to Little House on the Prairie just because you're worried about little AI.
I was going to say I have already proved that I can I can do this in the direst of situations.
For sure.
We're going to stay on air as long as they'll allow us.
For
to.
sure. I really like my PlayStation. So if it revolts and it takes over the house, I want it to know I'm okay with that as long as it lets me play with it.
That's what I said about my wife. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
In Asheville.
And we're clear.
Weather forecast. The high today will approach 89 with a potential for some scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up. Any rain that moves in will taper off through the evening, then partly cloudy with fog overnight as the low drops down to 66. Then wetter conditions tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage through the afternoon hours with a high around 89. More rain on Tuesday night with a low in the upper 60s. And a wet Wednesday with periods of showers and thunderstorms and a high close to 87. I'm Jeff Maurer from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by
Bojangles. It's always bow time.
It's bow time. Introducing Bojangles' new breakfast burrito. It's your favorite crispy bow rounds, savory sausage, fluffy eggs, cheese,
of that ChatGPT,
all wrapped in a warm flour tortilla. But hurry, it's here for a limited time.
Jeremy Green, true first-round grade on football IQ and content creativity, could slide in some rooms that over-prioritize broad relatability. Best fit on rosters that need an unapologetic voice with hardcore knowledge. Comparison: Pat McAfee meets Ron Swanson.
I dig it.
I'm not going to lie. I want to make that into a graphic and put it on
You
our
absolutely
social media.
should. You absolutely should.
It's so
that
funny.
should go in your package when you apply for other jobs.
For sure.
Illinois. I went hands-free.
I'm going to send it to the commanders again. Here you go.
Hands-free.
I went hands-free.
There's my
with
cover
Skechers
letter.
slip-ins.
You're welcome.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy.
I realize Grok has some weird views, but it nailed me.
Will be a franchise cornerstone for anyone who values honest takes and actual preparation over influencer fluff.
Nice.
At a Skechers store.
I'm telling you, you should do this for yourself and see if it knows you this well.
You've got apps for everything. Music, photos, even ordering coffee.
I'm afraid what it would say.
It's radio your way.
It's so
anytime,
good.
anywhere.
It's
Join
so
the millions
good.
already listening. The free
My
iHeartRadio
biggest
app.
weakness, if
The
it's
number
not
one
sports
app
or
for
the
radio.
business of your content, your engagement drops off like a fifth-round running back on cut day. Make ghost topics that don't fuel the fire.
Quality, fresh items for your family table. It's a way for us to support the
Listen,
amazing
ChatGPT.
individuals who pour their heart
It
and
bothers
soul
me that you know
to
me so
delivering
well.
The very best they can do. Quality, freshness, community. It's all in the bag. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, we found out a lot of things about our community. We saw neighbors helping neighbors, and we learned in desperate times one of the best things to have around.
We
is a
have two
redneck
more
with a
super
chainsaw.
chats, too,
Not
after
just a chainsaw,
outside.
boy. Just country boys and
Okay.
these mountains. You figure it out. Like, you make stuff happen.
After answering the calls for help that they heard on the radio, the Chainsaw Brothers are still here, making it happen the right way. Fair, insured, and local. Need tree help? Call the Chainsaw Brothers. 316-1013. 316-1013.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
We're back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's time to get just a bit outside. And, Jeremy, you like to get outside and play some golf.
I do.
You're a big golfer. You like golf.
I'll be playing Wednesday. I'm very excited about it while you and Chris Womack are back in the studio doing the Lord's work.
Absolutely. I'm not a golfer. I have never played golf.
We should make that happen, though.
I have been to a driving range like twice in my life. But I have played a lot of putt-putt. And there's a new game of golf. The first course just opened up in New Jersey, and they're calling it the pickleball of golf. You got one club. You got one club, and there's an oversized ball that actually looks like it's one of the balls from the pit at Chuck E. Cheese.
Let's go.
It uses a single shorter club that resembles a modified croquet mallet. And there's a field hockey. So it says field hockey. So if you know field hockey, that's about the size of the ball. It's driven off a very tiny tee, making it nearly impossible to get much height on the ball while aiming for holes approximately 25 to 75 yards away. This sounds like an interesting challenge. It sounds to me almost like golf wiffle ball. I'm thinking this might catch on because it would be an inexpensive thing. Like I feel like the bridge for golf is usually expense, right? I'm not paying thousands of dollars for golf clubs, hundreds of dollars for greens fees, all of that stuff.
Golf is expensive.
None of that. So this would be like a good in between, maybe. The pickleball of golf.
I think that sounds horrible. Personally. And now here's why I say that. All right, so you said you haven't, been on a golf course, which now I want to do nothing more. I am actually in the process of being fitted for new clubs, and nice. I want to give you my old ones take you to a golf course. It's just my irons. You're gonna have to find out you got to figure out a driver because I break them about every 2 years. So
I was gonna say I've always been willing to learn. I don't know anything about it.
Well, there's not much to know. You want me to break down golf for you in 15 seconds? It is the most expensive hobby that you are always going to suck at. No matter how much you try, the best golfer you've ever met is still not great at this. There is not. I mean, and look, I play with some scratch guys, and guess what? They end up in the trees quite a bit. Just happens. But yeah, I want to do that really badly now. Just hand you my irons, throw another, go get you a driver from somewhere, and see if we can't have just a jolly old time.
I don't know if this idea will ever catch on, but I never thought pickleball would be popular.
I hate it a lot because it takes away the one reason I want to go to the golf course, which is to hit my driver real far.
Yeah, well, I guess there's that.
My story, it comes from Las Vegas. There is a new trend that is starting in Vegas, and I'm here for it, not because I think it's a good idea, but because I think it could lead to this first club having an extra word put into its name. It's the Uno Social Club. The Palms Casino Resort is opening the first Uno Social Club off the Strip in Las Vegas. What this is it's going to be like a casino, but it's a casino where you play Uno.
Yes!
As of now, it is unclear whether you will actually be able to gamble on this. And I am stating for the record, this is only fun for me if you can gamble on it. And here's why I say that. If I've got $1,000 riding on a game of Uno, and you hit me with the reverse or the pick four or anything like that, there's a great chance that the Uno Social Club is going to become the Uno Social Fight Club. And I'm going to whip you up one side and down the other.
I think this is a really, really terrible idea.
Oh, it's a horrific idea, especially if you can gamble on it.
I mean, Uno. I don't know if your family played games, right?
Rarely, but for a very specific reason.
Why? Wait, what?
Well, you've met me and you've met my father. How competitive do you think those games got?
Yeah.
Our favorite game was Scrabble, and to this day, you can't say the word ads in my parents' house without my dad getting pissed.
ADS?
ADZE.
Oh,
it's a medieval woodworking tool that I learned about on Home Improvement. I played it on a triple word score, and bad things transpired.
Fights ensued. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the E was on another letter, so I actually got triple word both ways with a Z.
Right.
I was like 10 or 11 years old, and I believe that was the last time we ever played Scrabble.
Will Workman says he has an adsy, or ads, whatever.
Really? I've never seen one, but I would love to see a picture of it, because I don't actually know what one looks like.
Right.
I just know it's a word that I could use if Dad starts poking me about something. I can go, hey, why don't you go to the garage and pick out that ads, bruh?
It probably won't surprise anybody that I come from a family that we do the board game thing. We have all the board games. We have our favorite board games. When everybody gets together, we play one of 3 different games, whole family included. Uno has always been one of our favorites. However, there have been moments where I thought someone was going to lose an eye over what Jeremy just said. And it triggered me a little bit when he said, if I had $1,000 riding on that, I'm with you, brother. If there was money on the line and I got hit with playing the new Uno, I don't know if you've played this game yet, but they have all kinds of different versions of it. There's one version where you can just write in plus 15. and
that sounds
excuse
stupid.
me? What? You just played a what? And there's money on the line? No, that's going to be murders. That's how the murder rate in Las Vegas spikes at least 14% in the first month of this Uno casino being open.
What game led to the most violence in your household?
Oh my goodness!
For me, it's not even close.
The most violence in the household. I would say probably Monopoly.
That's the right answer.
I have flipped a board for Monopoly multiple times.
We would play Monopoly like Wild Wild West style.
Uh-huh.
And I was the Don Corleone of Monopoly. I'll keep you in the game just because I want everything you have. So you land on, and I was notorious for, I wouldn't kill you with Park Place and with Boardwalk. I'm messing your world up with Virginia Avenue.
Okay.
And North Carolina Avenue. I would always go opposite ends of the board, so that way you're never all that far away from me. Mm-hmm. And if you hit it and you didn't have the money, well, we can work something out. I almost became like a mob boss. I think we can work out an arrangement.
Mine was
stuff over there I want, and I would like to have it. If for nothing else, just so you hit this again, and then you really hate me.
Right. My honey hole was always the orange ones. Up by free parking.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
You get that corner right there, and if you can do the trifecta and start putting hotels on that, and then they get all upset when they come just short of free parking, but then you owe me $1,200. Thank you very much.
You thought you were gonna get a little influx of cash. What happened? You walked in the wrong neighborhood, Daryl.
Evil.
You walked in the wrong neighborhood. Now you got to pay.
This is a bad idea. Just like I feel like those board game bars are a bad idea.
Oh, I've never been to one.
I haven't either.
I really want to go into one of those where they have Cards Against Humanity and just not even tell people who I am. Just go, hey, you want to play a game? And 8 hands in, they go, this is a serial killer that I'm playing with because everything he has played is borderline sadistic and very troubling.
I don't think drinking and Monopoly is a good mix. It's not a great idea.
Drink and Risk. Let's go. The game of world domination.
I never played Risk.
Oh, I did.
I didn't get that one.
I did, and I was a dictator. I'm going to take over the world. It's not going to be good.
I am so glad you finished that because I almost had a heart attack.
I did it on purpose. Yeah. There are family members that to this day won't talk to me over games of Risk.
Okay. All right. Just cutthroat, huh?
Oh, and if you ever play chess with me, I look stupid. I'm not, and I'm telling you right now, I will mess you up and I will talk so much excrement. I will do it the whole time. Like every time you make a move. Do you think I was smart? I turn into Chris Hansen. Like, hey, what you doing there?
Why'd you do that?
What you doing here? What'd you think was going to happen here?
I got a chance to do that last weekend. The family came in from Chattanooga, and my young nephew, who is a rising freshman in high school, he's joined the chess club at his little school that he goes to, and he wanted to challenge me to a game, and I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not your dad, because his dad had no idea. He has no idea how the pieces move or anything like that.
Oh,
he was
like that.
So I beat Dad all the time. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you do. Your dad doesn't play chess. And then he comes at me and was like, you want to play? And then I beat him in like 4 moves, and he was like, well, I don't like this game anymore. It was like, look, sometimes you get lucky, right? It was complete luck too. I had no idea what I was doing, but but it looked really good.
Putting in work said we need a Sportsocracy drunken Risk night. You know where that happens? Next year at the Sportsocracy beachside getaway in South Georgia.
Ah, yes.
We're renting a house.
The Tybee Island getaway.
Big house. For more information, you can ask me about it. We're renting a gigantic house. I talked to the owner while we were down there. I was like, I want to do a getaway where Tank and his wife and the kids can come down. I mean, obviously you can't go down for a month the way I do, because once the draft is over, really my role dies for about 2 months. But you come down for a week. Anybody that wants to come down and hang out, we'll still be doing shows. But I'm going to spend a lot of time on the beach, and I'm going to spend a lot of time at the bars, and I might even buy one.
Yep.
Who knows? We go out and have a grand old time together.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like fun.
Oh, it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah. I haven't been to the beach in way longer than I should have.
It's funny you said that.
I've been gone way too long.
It's funny you said that. Amy and I realized after we got to the beach, we were like, why did we not just invite them to come down here? Like we had space in Mullet Manor. There were 8,000 beds in that house.
Yeah.
It was insane how many beds were in that house. And it had the coolest little outdoor spot. There was a ping pong table and an outdoor TV. Oh, It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Mm-hmm. Thought of it on the last day you were there too, didn't you?
No, we thought of it drunk on like night 2, and then we forgot that we talked about it until like night 7.
Oh, see? I was like, you still got time. You could have called. Spur of the moment beach trips. That's what Spencers do the best.
Hey, that's what we do here. Unlike any other show, we'll just take you on vacation with us, and we'll take you to games with us. Our schedule for the listener trips for the Living the Dream Tour will be out on Friday.
Awesome.
We have we have confirmation on almost all of the sponsors. There's still room. If you have a business you would like to have advertised on the Living the Dream Tour, Jeremy at thesportsocracy.com. We have individual game things, so if you're like, I don't have enough, you probably do, because the game sponsorships are not that much, and it carries for 3 months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ingles Living the Dream Tour rides again. It's going to be bigger and better than ever, and we couldn't do it, of course, without Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings. Clarissa sells WBNC Bears.com. Bears Smokehouse Barbecue and Parks Ford of Hendersonville, provider of the mobile studio. Overreaction Monday from the offseason here, or just going into the 2025 NFL season. Jeremy Green, there are only 2 quarterbacks who have thrown more touchdown passes in the last 2 seasons than Baker Nathaniel Mayfield. 73 touchdown passes. Only Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have thrown more. The resurgence of the number 1 pick, the former, now being dubbed former NFL draft bust.
Lie. He's still a bust. He didn't do any of this in Cleveland. And there's also something that you're leaving out very conveniently.
Hang on. Is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. According to ESPN and their execs and their latest rankings. So of the top 10s, you know how they've been putting out all of the position groups, the quarterback list was atop the list today. And Baker Mayfield comes in at number 10 overall. What say you, Mr. Green?
I say that is unequivocal. You know how people say, oh, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard, or that's the smartest thing I've ever heard?
Yeah.
I will unequivocally say that is the dumbest thing that has ever come out of the mouth of anyone at ESPN. If somebody could, I'd kill to have somebody explain this to me. If you could come to me, just stand in front of me as, my 6'5", Pat McAfee meets Ron Swanson self, and defend to me that you would take Baker Mayfield over C.J. Stroud. First of all, I'm going to laugh until I defecate on myself. Like, there's no doubt I'm peeing, for sure. I would just like to hear I would love to hear the explanation of that. Because here's what you left out in what you just said. Yes, Baker Mayfield has thrown the 3rd most touchdown passes in the last 2 years. Yes. He's also thrown the 3rd most passes, and there's not a ton of people that are all that close to him. He's played 34 games. How many quarterbacks in the NFL have even played 30 outside of him?
I don't know.
It's 10. See, this is one of those accumulator stats, and it kind of gets into like political discussions of, for everything you say, I can very easily combat you. How many quarterbacks in the NFL have thrown more interceptions than Baker Mayfield in that time?
2.
It's 0. He has 26. Only 1 quarterback has 25, which is Pat Mahomes, by the way. 3 have 24. It's Josh Allen, Jared Goff, Geno Smith. That's really who Baker Mayfield is. None of this is really all that new. And I don't understand why it is that people want to defend this, other than the fact, he's gotten to the playoffs. He won a playoff game. So did Dak Prescott. I don't hear any of you defending him anymore. The difference between, and look, I'm not sitting here telling you that Baker should be in the 20s. But if you're telling me you take him over C.J. Stroud, I don't need to hear another damn thing you say because you're out of your mind. You are smoking recreational drugs. I'd say the same thing about Kyler Murray. I would say the same thing about Dak Prescott. Now, then we get into a discussion of Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa, Bo Nix. Okay, those are all the same guy. I don't really care what order you want them in. That's fine. They're mediocre 13 to 16 quarterbacks in the NFL. And that's all well and good. It's completely worthless, but it's all well and good that you want to spend this much time defending this guy. Name me the last time a quarterback like that won a Super Bowl. Name me the last time the quarterback that you would quantify as a 13 to 16 NFL quarterback. Name me the last time they won a Super Bowl. Now, listen to what I said. I didn't say name me the last time somebody worse won one. I didn't say the last time somebody in that ballpark won one. I said name me the last time that you got out of the elite tier and you didn't get down to the bridge quarterback tier And name me the last time one of those guys won a Super Bowl.
Eli Manning.
I would argue
The closest I got.
That's probably the closest you got. And you know what?
Yeah.
That'll work.
And if not, I think, did we go back to like Phil Simms? Giants quarterback.
Phil Simms was a name that bandied about in my head. Boomer Esiason getting to one with the Cincinnati Bengals was up there.
Yeah.
There were a handful. You know what? None of them have been in the modern salary cap era. Let me explain to you why. Because the problem with having a quarterback like Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, Bo Nix, Brock Purdy is that invariably you only get 4 years where they're cheap. And then they're not cheap anymore. And then all of a sudden you're not paying a premium. You're not paying $55 million a year, but you're paying 40. Unless it's Jordan Love and Green Bay just went, screw it. We like to be mediocre. We put cheese on our heads and we don't care because Jordan Love's our guy because we can just throw any quarterback in here and it'll work. Except it won't. The problem with quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield is that you pay them in a way that you can't build up that defense like that. Nobody with an IQ above salad dressing looks at the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense and goes, that's elite. Okay, think about every quarterback that when I said that a minute ago, name me the last time one of those guys won a Super Bowl. Think about all the names that you wanted to say right there. You wanted to say Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is better than that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the guy. I really don't. But he's a great leader, and he has a gimmick that works over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
He's also cheap enough, and they draft well enough that you built a great defense around him. Now, here's the problem. You can't keep it intact. Look at what you saw this offseason. Milton Williams, gone. Josh Sweat, gone. Keep doing that because there were several more.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield's not that guy. You also don't have a Saquon Barkley. You got aging receivers. To me, this is comical. Top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL is probably the easiest list to make that's ever existed. Because I would argue Josh Allen is 1. I would argue Lamar Jackson is 2. Pat Mahomes is 3. When I say something you disagree with, you feel free to let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow is 4. And then there's a pretty sizable drop-off. Not because there aren't other guys that can get into that tier, but because the next 2 names I'm going to put on this list are really, really young guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jaden Daniels and C.J. Stroud are going to be somewhere in that general vicinity. Because they still have a high upside and a pretty safe floor. Then you get into some older guys. Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts. Here's your 10. You tell me who I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
One not on that list that you're angry about?
No, not at all. The reason I brought this up was because I knew you were going to eat up the entire segment when I brought it up, and you did. So thank you for that.
I'm like a matchbox, Curry. You just wind me up, let me go.
That's right.
Feel so
Baker
used and
Mayfield,
so dirty.
Because I'll put the bow on your little tirade here. This is one of the dumbest things I think I've heard. Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, signed, sealed, delivered. And I'm actually coming around to Baker as like a mascot of the team. But as far as my hero, right, my quarterback savior, get out of here. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Thank you.
Your mountain weather forecast.
The high today will approach 89 with the potential for some scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up. Any rain that moves in will taper off through the evening, then partly cloudy with fog overnight as the low drops down to 66. Then wetter conditions tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage through the afternoon hours with a high around 89. More rain on Tuesday night with a low in the upper 60s. And a wet Wednesday with periods of showers and thunderstorms at a high close to 87. I'm Jeff Maher from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Takis Fuego meal. Wendy's new Takis Fuego meal is here with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich and small Fuego fries inspired by Takis Fuego chips with a 1-ounce Takis Fuego bag and a drink. Grab yours today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
And Fuego are used under license.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's gonna finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Each year, about 2,000 pedestrians and over 800 cyclists are hit by cars in North Carolina. You can change this. Drivers must yield to pedestrians, and cyclists must obey traffic laws. Visit watchformenc.org.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And we're the Chainsaw Brothers. Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
The iHeartRadio app now has presets. Just like in the car. You're our number one. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7.
We still got a minute.
Weekdays at noon, the Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
Okay.
What is the most
Bears
slept
Smokehouse
on
Barbecue
fast food
in Asheville
place?
has two things that all Sportsocracy fans crave: bold flavors.
And yes, there's
big
a right
portions.
answer.
Oh yeah, and they've got the balls. Bears' famous Bear Balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried, and then topped with bacon and cheese.
Oh, it's easy.
Live music on Saturdays in the first.
It's Long John Silver's.
They partner with the Guitar Bar
That
to
is
host
not
Mr.
the right
Jimmy's
answer,
Barbecue.
'cause that is
Bears
gross,
Smokehouse
E.
Barbecue in
coli
downtown
fish.
Asheville and.
This is a great plan.
When events are happening,
These recent events,
you should plan on listening.
The tilapia from the power plant is awesome. Flaky,
Detroit fan man
buttery.
said checkers.
Yeah,
that's got to be the end state.
On News Radio 570, WWNC.
Welcome to the Ingalls Table, a delicious destination.
Putting in
with
work.
Recipes
Yeah,
galore.
checkers seems to be the
Need to whip up a dessert,
answer here.
Entree, side dish,
And
no
I'm not going
problem.
to disagree.
The
For me, there were
experts from the
3
Ingalls
correct
Table
answers
take
to
you
that.
through it step by step with expert
Checkers?
tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingalls Table at ingalls-markets.com or
my
swing
brain
by the
just
store and
blanked
pick up
out.
your free copy of the Ingalls Table magazine.
Oh my God,
and
what was the
let's
other one I
get
was gonna
cooking. Ingalls. low
Jack in the
prices,
Box.
Love the savings.
Panda Express.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Panda Express.
UPEK Fair, WMXF Waynes.
Really?
I'm CJ
Panda
Chandler.
Express
The number
is
one
like
preset in
the
your car
cheapest
and the new and
Chinese
improved
food in the world.
iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so
Man.
good.
They have this super green
Now,
box.
your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our
It's
website.
like
Green.
broccoli and kale
That's
and
green.
it's
Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
The Sportsocracy.
Fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back.
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is. By the way, Cookout is not slept on at all.
Your
It is
lunchtime
outside of
dose
this market. We have a lot
dumbassery.
of them.
Live from the Ingalls studio.
You get to other areas, it's totally slept on.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. It is ESPN Asheville. It's 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. Heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. Seen everywhere on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link. Subscribe to the channel, and that way you can join us in the chat each and every day. Subscribe to the channel. You can also super chat, which we've got a couple that we need to get to here on an Overreaction Monday. It's also a Home Run Derby Monday. If it doesn't have your eyeballs, maybe it can get your ears. We'll have it live for you on ESPN Asheville tonight as Smoky Mountain's own Cal Raleigh goes for the title.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it solely because we have a local kid that's in it.
Yes.
And I just ran out of things to watch because I watched the first two episodes of Dexter Resurrection last night.
Wait, you broke up on me. What did you say?
I said, and I'm out of things to watch because I watched the first two episodes of Dexter Resurrection last night.
Ah, yes.
By the way, can I just ask a question? Is there any series ever that could give you as many nonsensical ways to keep the series going, and you just go, it's fine, it's that good, than Dexter?
No.
Apparently
not.
And I was sitting here thinking about it going, okay, he's been killed twice, and he's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a spoiler. You can see this on the
like
literally in the trailer. He's been killed twice. He's still alive. This is getting harder for me to believe, and I don't care because it's still so good.
Okay. The new episodes of Dexter are out.
Asheville native Michael C. Hall as Dexter.
He's from Asheville?
He lives in Asheville.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did I not know this?
I don't know because I've told you that it's no less than half a dozen. Because I keep hoping I'm going to see him at Angles and just follow him around. If I run into Dexter at Angles, he's about to have a bad day, and there's a restraining order coming. Because I'll be like, hey, can we be best friends? Hey, we should be best friends. Because I love Dexter.
That would probably be one of those where I'm standing in line next to him and I have no idea. However, if I was in the grocery store and Anthony Michael Hall came in, now we're talking.
I have no idea who that is. Anthony Michael Hall. Who the hell is that?
Anthony. He was an 80s actor.
I do know who that is. I so thought he was dead. Yeah, if I saw him at the grocery store, I would have been freaked out because I thought he died like 8 years ago. Yeah, I do know who that is.
Yeah. No, well, if I was with my kid, he'd be freaking out because Josh has already watched him. He loves the Dexter.
Now, neither one of them would get the same reaction as if we were in the grocery store and saw Arsenio Hall.
I would have a hard time not being wildly racist if I saw Anthony. Arsenio Hall. I would want to do the whoop thing, and that feels out of place in 2025 for me.
I didn't know where you were headed with that, and I literally had at Sports Tank ESPN on my lips.
No, am I wrong? That feels weird that we did that. Like when I see old footage of like all of the white people in the crowd doing the whoop thing, I go, we thought that was a good idea, and that's a bad look, even for 1985. I feel like that was a bad look. I don't know. Maybe it's just my weird brain. Okay. Anyway, Jeremy's sparking fast food wars in the YouTube chat.
It's not hard to do because the most slept on fast food place, Checkers. Jack in the Box, also up there. And then Panda Express, which, it's not great, but it's not bad either.
My question is, what is the idea of, what do you mean by slept on?
Nobody ever talks about it. Where else can you get a bowl of super greens and pepper steak and Kung Pao chicken for $10? Let's go. And I know that because I did it last night, and it was awesome.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
I don't like rice. I probably should have specified that. I don't like rice. To me, rice is one of the weirder things that we do.
Right. Like cookout was mentioned in the chat. And I don't feel like that's quote unquote slept on. I mean, every time we go around a cookout, the line is around the building.
Mm-hmm. That's because you live in North Carolina.
Slept on.
Yeah, it's because you live in North Carolina. Just like Cheerwine outside of North Carolina, slept on because nobody knows what it is. Detroit Fan Man said, I've never even heard of a cookout until just now.
Sure.
Yeah, we're talking nationwide, bro. Yeah, cookout's not slept on in the Carolinas. You get out of the Carolinas, and they have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, then by that definition, then In-N-Out is slept on because half of us don't know what the hell it is.
Oh, and for sure, actually, you know what, Tank? I have a good idea for you. I want you to go in any other state and say that you were invited to the cookout and see how long it takes before they go, no, you weren't. You're talking about the fast food place. They have no idea what you're talking about, and for me, it would be really funny. Tank says, I was invited to the cookout. No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
It is an Overreaction Monday. You're in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Where are the... Here, I'll hit the button. You do the Super Chats because I can't find them now. All right. Here we go with the Super Chat.
Sir Jimothy, best thing about Mondays, overreactions by JG. I do love to overreact to things, especially when you give me 2 days where I don't get to rant about anything except to my wife. And then you just turn me loose on a radio box.
Mm-hmm.
I do love to overreact to things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, is there another?
There is.
Okay.
It's from Soaring Eagle. Have you heard anything on the R.J. Harvey Jahdae Barron front? I've heard they'll both be signed by camp. I'll be honest with you, and I kind of want to just wrap this into everybody. I believe they will all be signed within a week of the start of camp for everyone. I don't think this is going to become a huge deal. The Jahdae Barron thing, from what I understand, it's all about language. I mean, obviously, the money's slotted. So there's some language in there that Denver's trying to put in that he doesn't like.
Yeah. It's the same thing with Shamar Stewart in Cincinnati.
No, it's the same broad topic. It's not the same
argument.
Yeah, because it's, from what I understand, and don't quote me on this, this is just researching the subject. This is what I have found.
Okay.
It sounds like there's some offset language that he's not fond of. It's not, hey, I'm going to get it's not, I'm going to get voided out or anything like that. There's just some things he doesn't like. Shamar Stewart, they want to be able to void his deal if he violates a morality clause. And they don't seem to be sliding on it either. So that's a way bigger deal. Jahdae doesn't worry me all that much. And R.J. Harvey, it will get done. One of these guys is going to sign. I don't know which one. But one of them's going to sign, and then they're all going to come tumbling after.
I really have a hard time believing that we're going to get to the beginning of the season and there will be still 15 draft picks who have not signed. I just feel like at some point somebody is going to break. And I don't know that they're going to get what they want. I don't know that the players are going to hold out that long.
Always ask yourself this question. And look, this is sales 101. He who speaks first loses.
Mm-hmm.
You heard anything from the players? Nope. You know why? Because they know they're in the right.
Mm-hmm.
They know they're in the right. At the end of the day, the drop-off from number 1 to number 33 is so significant that if what I'm angling for is a guaranteed deal and two teams have already shown they're willing to do that, it is not hard for me to draw the line of how a smart team is going to get out in front of this and it's going to become old hat. Because here's the thing, and this is what I haven't heard anybody else say. You do realize that even if these guys waffle this year, guess what? you're going to do it all over again next year.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those times. It's almost like when your wife starts talking about going to a Broadway show. I really want to go see Cats. In your head, you can fight that all you want to. But let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to go see Cats. Hate to break it to you, but that's the way it's going to go. Because she controls 100% of the things that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't asking for much. They're not asking for much either. And you're going to waffle. Just a question of, do you waffle in 2025, 26, 27? And how long do you want this to keep being a problem?
Mm-hmm.
They have all the hand here. All of it.
Well, the problem is, right, the problem always is in negotiations. It's the old saying, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. If we give them the second round, then are they going to come claiming third round? And then they're going to come claiming for the fourth round? Like, where do we draw the line?
Secret time? I don't care if they go through all 7 rounds. I don't care.
Fully guaranteed deals.
I don't care.
Rookies.
It is such an infinitesimal amount of money that I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know why teams are kicking back on this? They're afraid of what you just said, and they really don't want this to get that deep because there are a lot of these guys that start telling teams, don't take me, so they can allocate themselves. The Philadelphia Eagles and Baltimore Ravens are 2 of the best in the NFL at this. They tell a guy in the 5th round, hey, tell teams that call you, that just tell your agent to put it out there that you don't want to be drafted. I can tell you 3 guys that happened within this last draft class that their agent, after round 5, said, do not draft me. And they don't want to play that game because that is one of their advantages, is that I can get a guy like a Seth McLaughlin, I can get a guy like a Tommy Hill, I can get a guy like a Joshua Gray that said, nah, don't draft me. I'm good. I don't care if they were all guaranteed. It would make you take the 256 best players, and I am all here for that.
Where do they draw the line? That's the question. For the guaranteed contracts, is somebody going to draw the line, and where does it get drawn? I guess is the better way to put that. Are they going to get all 32 of the second-round draft picks guaranteed contracts?
Yes.
Or does it go, we're cutting it off at 15 or 16? Is somebody within – that's a big group. Is one of those agents going to acquiesce?
Well, I mean, the problem is that they've leveraged you now of these guys are already here. You know, they did this in the negotiation period.
Mm-hmm.
So you look up and down this list at, New England. What are you going to do at running back? If you don't sign Travion Henderson to what he wants, what are you going to do at running back? You're supposedly a playoff contender, which we're going to talk about in the next segment. You're supposedly a playoff contender. Travion Henderson's part of that. New York Jets, what are you going to do at tight end? You going to play stone smart? I don't think you are. Dallas Cowboys, what are you going to do for your third edge rusher? That's Donovan Ezraku. Arizona Cardinals, you're expecting Will Johnson to be your number 2 corner by the end of this season.
Mm-hmm.
I keep doing this.
Yeah.
You're leveraged.
Benjamin Morrison, give him what he wants.
Now,
we got to focus. You got to focus on building the team right now. That's the.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the thing that's ticking me off the most. Is if it's such a small amount of money, comparatively speaking, right? We're fully guaranteeing. I mean, aren't most of these deals mostly guaranteed anyway?
Yes.
Don't you have like 80% of the money's already guaranteed?
It's closer to 60, but yeah, it's a considerable amount. You're talking about infinitesimal amount of money. Now, to what you said about where does it stop, I can explain to you why this is different than – because you said they're going to want 3rd round, they're going to want 4th round.
Yes.
Okay, there's going to come a point where they go, cool, walk away. Because there's a great chance I was going to cut you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And that really starts in the 4th round. There's a spot somewhere in the 4th round that a team will go, cool, walk away. I don't care.
Yeah, not worth
I'll
it.
hold your rights for a year. And then you can do whatever you want to.
Yep.
But I'm not going that far.
Mm-hmm.
And then it will stop because they have no leverage. Because you look at a guy like, I'm trying to find a team that I've already talked about here. Okay, the Houston Texans. All right, Houston they were the first one to do this with Jaden Higgins. Do you know who their 4th-round pick even was?
No.
It's Woody Marks.
Okay.
Running back out of USC.
Yep.
Cool. I've already got Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. You are not going to hijack me.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not going to get that much work this year anyway. I'll just draft another one next year. Do I love that I set a 4th-round pick on fire? No. But I can, and I can survive it. I can't set a 2nd-round pick on fire.
I agree. I was going through the list here trying to figure out what's the best argument for the guy who can break the cycle. But I really don't see one.
In the 2nd round, there isn't.
Yeah. No, I don't see a guy who's like, well, he could waffle because he's not going to be that important to this year. There's not one. I mean, maybe like Jack Beck.
Jack Betts is going to be the number 3 receiver for the Raiders.
But by that point, you're already at 26.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the closest you can get to a non-impact 2nd-round pick from this draft. So
just
get them all.
Being the draft guy.
I'm with you. I'm rooting for Philadelphia to lock up Andrew McCuber right now.
Just do it. Just
set the stage, and we'll never have to talk about this again.
Just do it.
Because then it'll be old hat.
And then next year, when the 3rd-round picks start doing it, you go united front. The problem is that you've already kind of checked the box. So now it's going to be an issue, and it'll be an issue every single year until it's commonplace. Why would I continue to want to have this argument over and over and over again over $5 million?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
You are in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville on an Overreaction Monday. Stay tuned.
iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Clear.
Capital One is back in Vegas. Arena. September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on home and auto insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check your house sitter has the new code first, before leaving for vacation.
System lockout.
But that's the code!
Contacting authority.
I'm out of here.
Oh, seriously, the car too?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a home and auto bundle that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Join iHeartRadio and Sarah Spain in celebrating the 1-year anniversary of iHeart Women's Sports.
With powerful interviews and insider analysis, our shows have connected fans with the heart of women's sports. In just 1 year, the network has launched 15 shows and built a community united by passion.
Podcasts that amplify the voices of women in sports.
Thank you for supporting iHeart Women's Sports and our founding sponsors, Elf Beauty, Capital One, and Novartis.
Just open the free iHeart app and search iHeart Women's Sports to listen now.
ESPN Asheville, broadcasting from the Ingles studio at Radio Ranch. Log on to ESPNAVL.com and make us your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app. ESPN Asheville, #1 for sports coverage in the mountains.
Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in Asheville has 2 things that all Sportsocracy fans crave: bold flavors and big portions. Oh, yeah. And they've got the balls. Balls. Air balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried and then topped with bacon and cheese sauce. This is the place to be. Live music on Saturdays and the first Sunday of every month. They partner with the Guitar Bar to host Mr. Jimmy's Barbecue Blues. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in downtown Asheville and South Asheville.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games,
bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
Let's open up the whole can and kick ass and kill them all. Let the paramedics sort them out.
It is ESPN Asheville, the Sportsocracy, coming to you live from the Ingles studio, the NFLDraft.net Mullet Manor as well. On an Overreaction Monday, taking all of your overreactions in the YouTube chat. We have another super chat we need to get to. It's from Matthew Hoffman. He says, shout out to Putting in Work, who has apparently created a college football 26 team for the show.
He did.
The Western Mullet Man?
Yep.
Featuring Jeremy at quarterback, Hoffman's at wide receiver, Armchair on the defensive side of the ball.
And then we have...
Did I get a position?
Yep, we have Cantankerous, that is the kicker.
That's awesome.
Yep, you are the kicker.
Yes.
Don't kick the kicker.
But am I like Jared Lorenzen size?
You know, he sent me this earlier, and I don't know the answer to that.
Because I'm going
to assume. I mean, he's got me perfect. At 6'5", 220, so what up, Bill Workman? Thank you for that. Got the height right, but the weight is a little bigger than that. Let's see. You are 6 foot 199.
6 foot 1. All right. That's
first of all 6 foot. Okay.
Stop.
He's 5'7" on a good day. 5'8" if you put him in a pair of heels.
Oh, you're ridiculous. That's pretty cool though. The Western Mullet Man. Did he import the logo and all of that as well? Is that possible? Can you do that?
Oh, that would be cool if the logo was in it.
Right.
I don't know if that's possible. I've actually never done that.
Do they let you do that stuff like that?
I've never done it. In both years of playing this and all the years playing Madden, I've never done Team Builder.
Well, I mean the Team Builder stuff, when that went online, I'm out. Like I used to do that in Madden. I used to love to just create teams and stadiums and all that kind of stuff in Madden back in the day. But then when they went to you got to have a EA membership and get online and do all the things, like, no.
I have all those
I bought the console to do it on the game. I don't want to go to your website.
But so it works. The logo is
since then. Oh, that's cool. That is super cool.
I'm so down.
Let's send us some screenshots. I want to see it.
We can certainly do that.
Yes. All right. So of the Sportsocracy of college football 25 fame, coming to you from the Ingles studio today. Overreaction Monday. Do we have another super chat, or was that the only one?
Nope, we're good.
I'm telling you, my chat's been just crazy today.
Well, we're hoping that in the coming days, everything is going to be settled so that Tank and I can reunite in the studio for at least 3 days a week.
That would be awesome. It'd be great.
In theory, it'll be 3 days a week for a while, and then it'll be 2 days a week. But we can't tell you why that is just yet.
Precisely. Things cooking for the upcoming football season that is right around the corner. Again, training camp has already gotten underway for the Los Angeles Chargers. There's a handful of teams that are going to start training camp for rookies coming up on actually tomorrow. And then little by little, the teams will get involved. Everybody in training camp session on July the 22nd. So
8 days.
Is that a week from tomorrow?
Yep.
Feels so good. It feels so good to have it all back. We've been talking about the second-round picks not signing their contracts because they want fully guaranteed deals. We officially have Trey Harris. I'm going to mix up him and Trey Amos so many times.
Well, one of them plays corner, one of them plays wide receiver, but they did both play at Ole Miss.
It's just the name. It's like NASCAR. Everybody's named Tyler. Why? It's either Ty or Tyler. We already have Trey Harris for the Los Angeles Chargers, who's holding out because the contract has not gotten finished, and he was mid-round pick, 14, something like that.
Trey Harris, I had it up on my screen, but now it's moved. I think he was lower.
I did too, and I clipped away from
he was 23.
Yeah, he was 23, and he's holding out. So the second-round picks stand united, and we'll see who the first domino is to fall. What do you think people's biggest overreaction of the offseason has been, Jeremy?
I don't know that this is so much an overreaction of people as it is an overreaction of the media.
Okay.
To me, the biggest overreaction of the offseason is that Aaron Rodgers actually legitimately changes anything for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a little digging. All right, last year, Russell Wilson was about a 64% completion percentage, 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, didn't push the ball down the field all that much. Quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, he did push the ball down the field a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Threw for almost 4,000 yards. 63% completion percentage guy, just under 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He was actually right at 2.5 to 1.
Okay.
Is it untoward of me to say that I think the Jets roster was better? Like, in terms of what you get on an offense, the Jets were better.
No.
Line for line, which one would you take?
Ooh.
I think it's close.
I'd probably go Pittsburgh by a skosh.
I might. The Jets were hurt at several times. They counted on Tyron Smith.
Mm-hmm.
They also have I can't believe his name went right out of my head. Armin Mimbu.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where they didn't before.
Right.
You're better at right
I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, there Garrett Wilson to DK Metcalf.
Garrett Wilson is 10 times the receiver that DK Metcalf is.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Then you get into the twos and the threes.
The running backs, right? The running back situation, Breece Hall.
That's not even close to me.
Right? Yeah. I mean, they've got two good running backs with Braylon Allen.
I guess that's where I'm at here. We have talked so much about how Aaron and him signing in Pittsburgh. It was such a story in the offseason. I just don't really think it changes anything, because at the end of the day, and Randy L has a really good point. Rodgers was like 27th in ADOT. He was, but that plays more into what I'm getting ready to say than what the statistics will show. Any team that had even a halfest pass rush was destroying Aaron Rodgers because they figured out he can't do anything. He was a statue. I genuinely think Tom Brady at 46 years old could have outrun what I saw from Aaron Rodgers last year.
Right.
And with the way the Jets blocked, it became really easy for teams that send an extra blitzer to just go, I'm good. Right there. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
and Randy said he hasn't been over 8 in air yards per attempt since 2019. You're not wrong. That's it's slightly misleading, and here's why I say that. All right, so let me go to a different screen here. Air yards it's not a bad stat per se. It just gets really convoluted when you get to the guy that was second in the NFL in passing attempts. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers threw it 584 times last year. The only guy in the league that threw it more was Joe Burrow. That's the only one. There weren't any more. And there were only a handful that were within 50 attempts of him. That doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't mean that you can't air it out. It means you're throwing a lot of check downs, you're throwing a lot of underneath because you're not running the ball particularly well. Because if you look at all the teams that are up here, it's a lot of Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, Geno Smith. None of those teams ran the ball all that well.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati did at times, but then they would completely get away from it. So it's one of those stats that it's a useful tool, but it can also be a little bit misleading. Aaron Rodgers had games where he was pressing the ball down the field. That game against Houston, which oddly enough was in a monsoon, he was pressing it down the field in the second half. The problem was that if they got behind and you knew that Breece Hall was no risk, they could pin their ears back, and they did it over and over and over and over again. I don't think I've ever had a team that was as hard to watch for me as that Jet team was last year, because I just kept looking at it going, there's nothing they can do.
Right.
There is absolutely nothing. Short of going max protect with 2 tight ends, there is nothing you can do that is going to stop this. And I have a weird feeling it's going to go the same way in Pittsburgh this year. Because I want you to think about something that I've yet to hear anybody say. So, we talk so much about Arthur Smith and his involvement in bringing in Jonnu Smith. Have you noticed that nobody's talked about his role with Aaron Rodgers? I haven't heard that, not one time.
Well, I mean, because it's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so what do you think? Aaron's going to come in and completely change the playbook? Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you he's not.
Aaron, I mean, but that's the assumption, right? Is that
that assumption is wrong,
and he
because
can
that
just
will
do
not happen.
Whatever he wants to do.
That will not happen. If you think this is the Jets 2.0, I got a bridge to sell you, because Mike Tomlin knows this is a 1-year rental. I am not completely changing my program for a quarterback that's going to be here for 150 days.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to contour to me way more than I contour to you. And if you look at where Arthur Smith has failed over the years, it's been with more stationary quarterbacks. Ryan Tannehill, look, he was not a great quarterback. He was a very mobile quarterback, especially for as tall as he was. He played wide receiver in college.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers is not that. He's not that.
No, he played offensive line in college.
Yeah, Aaron, at least at the speed he's currently running. I think this is a clunky fit. And it was almost like an arranged marriage of, I got to have a team, and you got to have a quarterback. And really, you're the only place that fits. Minnesota was not interested in him. The Giants kicked the tires. He didn't want to be in New York. B, he sure as hell didn't want to be with the Giants, who are just an unmitigated disaster.
Right.
So he went to the only semblance of a potential winning spot. I just don't think it changed anything. Like right now, dollar for dollar, if you had to pick, you got to win a game to save your life between Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. Who are you taking, and in what order?
Oh, I'll take Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields.
See, and I would go Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Because if I come up against even a modicum of a talented defense, I think Russell Wilson's elemento screwed. And I guess that's what's bothering me so much the more I'm thinking about Aaron Rodgers, is that we talked about this for ad nauseum last year. It was not hard to watch the Pittsburgh Steelers and go, Russell Wilson ain't winning you squat. Justin Fields might, because he's so different. And it was just so obvious to me that he was the better of the two quarterbacks, talent-wise, maybe not leader-wise. And Arthur Smith just would not bend. Or Mike Tomlin would. I don't know which one it was. It was, we're going to do this way. And it was so easy to watch and go, you're going to get into the playoffs and get absolutely pulverized. And you did. And now you're going to do it with a more headstrong quarterback that is used to having things his way in the system he knows. And this just has absolute unmitigated disaster written all over it.
I don't think it does. I don't think it has disaster written all over it.
Ooh.
I think it has completely safe ending written all over it. Because as you said, you don't think it changes anything. I don't think it changes anything either. I think what it did for the Pittsburgh Steelers was, I mean, in the NFL, you can't say guarantee, but it all but guaranteed they won't have the losing season. It all but guaranteed that they will be able to continue that streak.
All right,
that they'll maybe get into a playoff game at 10-7.
All right, I want to ask you a question on what you just said.
Right.
Are you saying that solely because this is the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes.
So if I put this roster with, I'm trying to think, the most mid team in the NFL, the Seattle Seahawks. And when I say mid, I don't mean they're bad. I just mean there's no real stigma to them one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
If I put this roster on the Seattle Seahawks, how many games would you have them winning?
Oh,
5?
I don't know, 6, 7.
All right.
Maybe,
and I
no
think that's where I'm getting with Pittsburgh of, all right, we're just treating this like it's going to be lather, rinse, repeat. The problem is that it's not, because this isn't the same Pittsburgh Steelers team that it was 5 years ago. This is not the same front office that is routinely bringing in talented players through the draft. This is a roster that's atrophied every single year, and they've had a great benefit that at least one and very often two teams in their own division have been turds. I'm going to list off the teams Pittsburgh plays. You tell me who they're better than. And I'm skipping the very obvious ones. So the Jets, the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to tell me they're better than them. I already know that. The Seattle Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Seattle.
No.
Yeah. The New England Patriots.
Mm.
I think it's about a push. I'd probably take Pittsburgh just because New England's so young and it's so early.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh.
It's Minnesota and it's not close.
I don't know about JJ.
I don't care if they have J.J. Dillon playing quarterback. I don't care if they have Jimmy Johnson playing quarterback. I'll take Minnesota. J.J. Dillon was a nice pull.
Great
pull.
You know it. It was. Good for you.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Uh-huh.
The Green Bay Packers. The Los Angeles Chargers. The Buffalo Bills. The Baltimore Ravens twice. The Miami Dolphins. The Detroit Lions. There are a lot of losable games on the schedule. And guess what? That problem I just told you about Aaron Rodgers, every team I just said outside of the Cincinnati Bengals has at least one really good pass rusher, and some of them have two.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is going to go the way everybody thinks it is. That Pittsburgh's just going to be 10-7 because they just go 10-7. I'm here to tell you, as somebody that lived through the Aaron Rodgers experience, I hope you have refundable tickets because it is not worth the price of admission. This is Woodstock 99 times 10. It is not fun. You will wish you did way more drugs or way less drugs. There is no in between.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pittsburgh's a 7-10 team.
Wow. Okay.
And I think this falls apart, and Aaron Rodgers finds a way to just completely unravel a second franchise on his way out.
Shoo. I mean, that is the nightmare scenario, completely within the realm of possibility. But I'm on the other side. I think it'll go the other way. It's the safe ending for Aaron. He gets the safe team. He might make them a little better at the quarterback position. And, you know, at the end of the day, you're not moving mountains. Right? You're not. This ain't a long-term thing. We're just looking for the easy ending here. Because in my historic NFL career, my first ballot Hall of Fame NFL career. I can't possibly have it end that way, the way it just went for the last 2 years with the Jets. I need the send-off. And I think that's what this is all about. I think it was the safe move for everybody. It made sense for Pittsburgh because they didn't have a better option at quarterback. And I think the organizational structure may be something that benefits Aaron in the final year. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, it's a flip of the coin on which way this can go. And there's only one guy that comes down to. And it's not Mike Tomlin, and it's not DK Metcalf. It's not the GM or the owner. It's Aaron Rodgers. How crazy is Aaron Rodgers, and how crazy will he make this season for the Pittsburgh Steelers? That's a very important question as well. You're in the Sportsocracy, and it's ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Mountain weather forecast.
The high today will approach 89 with a potential for some scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up. Any rain that moves in will taper off through the evening, then partly cloudy with fog overnight as the low drops down to 66. Then wetter conditions tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage through the afternoon hours with a high around 89. More rain on Tuesday night with a low in the upper 60s. And a wet Wednesday with periods of showers and thunderstorms and a high close to 87. I'm Jeff Maurer from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal.
Oh, how much is the Darkness Retreat? I need to know.
No, the mall.
Checking
How much
first
is what?
is smart.
Calculate.
Gary Birch said he's got a Darkness Retreat he wants to sell me. How much we talking here? What's that cost?
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Tank would
Allstate Fire
actually.
and Casualty Insurance Company and
I
affiliates.
thought you were talking about the show
There's an app for
retreat.
your
I was
music,
like,
an app for your photos,
10
even an
months
app
away,
that
I don't
tracks your
know.
steps. But only one app brings you the live radio dial and lets you save your favorite stations,
The Jets are
playlists,
like
and
Love
podcasts
Island.
as presets
The cast
you can tap
changes
anytime.
every year.
The free
Somebody's
iHeartRadio
getting
app.
screwed, but
The
nobody
number
wins.
one app for radio.
Something is happening.
Something could happen soon.
That's my
Something
favorite
in our
analogy
city.
I
The
think
city
I've
has
ever
been
made.
overrun by criminals.
Check in all day.
That's chaos.
It's always something.
There really is something there.
On News Radio 570 WWNC.
Folks, I hope you're ready
Jeebus.
to hit
That can't be right. $10,000 a night? Good Lord.
Saturday, August 9th from 2 to
Sounds
6
about
on the South Slope. 9 teams will compete, topping 2,700 hot dogs and only one Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef.
I got a better idea. Let's go get some meth.
And comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival, all for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling.
And we'll just go out on the parkway and stare at the moon.
Do better, be better every day.
I just
That's
had
the
some
Parks
metal
Promise.
signs
Our
made
mission, to improve
for
lives with
the
every
redo
interaction.
of,
This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the
Mullet
Parks
Manor
Promise
Studio?
today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Somehow Etsy
That's
figured out that I had ordered metal
parksfordhendersonville.com.
Uh-huh.
They just sent me an email that said calling all metalheads.
Not only does
I thought it said calling all meth heads, and I saw that right in the middle of that last segment.
It's a way for us to
and I was doing my best to not
individuals
bust out
who
laughing.
pour their heart and soul into delivering the very best they can do. Quality, freshness, community, it's all in the bag. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
Okay, Jeremy, I officially don't think it gets much weirder than this. Story out of San Bernardino County, California, where investigators there responded to reports of human remains spotted outside a convenience store. That's an alert that definitely is going to perk up the ears, right? You call the dispatch and go, hey, I think there's human remains sitting outside of a store in San Bernardino County. That's obviously going to cause a great response. When they got there, it was not necessarily human remains. What they found was a teddy bear purportedly wrapped in human skin.
Oh.
Yeah. It says it now appears that the ordeal is likely an elaborate prank, which, good Lord, I hope so. I mean, I'd hope that you were diving into this investigation if that turned out to be real human skin, because he came from somewhere. This is one of the most terrifying. And then there's a picture here of what this thing looked like, and it is an absolute. I mean, I would have forget calling the cops. If I walked out of a store and I saw that sitting on the sidewalk, I'm calling a priest or somebody, because that's an exorcism. Something needs to be done about this.
So you're saying if you saw that, you would be physically repulsed?
Absolutely.
That's funny, because my story is kind of in the same vein. It's about Balls Out Bowling. That was the name of the event in Pittsburgh. Was at a bowling alley this past Saturday.
No.
Oh, it's exactly what you think it was, too.
No.
I'm gonna read you the press release. Join us this Saturday, July 12th, for a night of carefree fun, full frontal freedom, and strikes in the buff. Whether you're a seasoned nude bowler or it's your first time letting it all hang out on the lanes, you're in for a memorable time.
Oh.
Yeah, this is apparently a thing they do once a year in Pittsburgh with the Pittsburgh area naturalists, and it was at Crafton Ingram Lanes. Tank, how much do you think this cost, and what did you get?
It cost $50, and you get, I don't know, 2 games and a beer.
It was $30,
Okay.
which is quite reasonable. 4 hours of unlimited bowling and your shoe rental, because you did still have to wear shoes, even though you weren't allowed to wear anything else.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to slide in bare feet.
Sure. Don't. I mean, and who would want your feet on those nasty floors? I can't think of many things in this life that I would rather do less.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Seinfeld episode with the good naked and the bad naked.
Yes.
I'm going to assume there was a lot of bad naked here. I'm going to assume there were a lot of gents that looked like me and you. And what would you say the male to female ratio here was?
Oh, God. If there were 2 women in the entire place, I would be shocked.
I saw I'm not going to out who this person is, but it's somebody that's a friend of ours in the radio business that tried to do a speed dating thing.
Okay.
So he went to a speed dating like singles mixer. He said it was 35-5 dudes to women.
That makes sense.
Of course it was. Of course it was. Who needs people to arrange them to meet someone of the other gender? It's not women.
It's men.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a girl specifically in my head. She was not a bad-looking girl, but she might have had a snake and a tattoo of a dagger.
Yeah.
And she never needed to be arranged on dates. She always had another guy with her every time I ever saw her.
Sure.
I don't know how low in my life I would have to get to go, honey, you know what we're doing tonight? We're going to go to the bowling alley. We're going to get naked, and we're going to throw some strikes. Who's going? Oh, Daryl and George and Tim. And are there going to be any other women there? Probably not, no.
Probably
I'm going to venture a guess no. And if they are, they will not be the women you want to see with a bowling ball in their hand.
Honey, you're going to get a lot of attention.
Yeah,
so you know.
you should bring a leaf.
You should brace yourself.
This is going to be a long night for you, for sure.
Here's what I want to know. I want to know if you get kicked out for misusing the hand blower. Because if I'm naked, that thing's at the perfect height to provide relief when I need it.
George, this is the whole reason I come. This is the most pleasurable experience I have.
Just one leg on one side, one leg on the other side. Good job. Way to go, Chuck.
This was worth $30. Hey, how much would it cost for me to get one of these put in my bathroom like a bidet?
It's so wrong. Why would anyone want to attend this? I can't imagine. I mean, that's one of the things I don't understand.
I would rather I swear to you, I'd rather go to a Bernie Sanders rally.
A naked Bernie Sanders rally.
Oh, nope, out. Nope, you found it. You found the line. Holy Lord.
It's all right. It's just like going to the Y.
God, put that into AI and see what damn seventh layer of hell it shows you.
Hey, look, I'll be okay with it if AOC shows up.
No,
just put it on mute, and we'll be done.
No, you won't. She'll yell at you for 15 minutes away. You shouldn't look.
Probably right. Hey, look, it's time for another break. Here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. It's an Overreaction Monday.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Your mountain weather forecast.
That segment right there.
High today will approach 89 with the potential for some scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up. Any rain that moves in will taper off through the evening, then partly cloudy with fog overnight as the low drops down to 66. Then wetter conditions tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage through the afternoon hours with a high around 89. More rain on Tuesday night with a low in the upper 60s. And a wet Wednesday with periods of showers and thunderstorms and a high close to 87.
Be right back.
I'm Jeff Maurer from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Once you're $1,000 richer after you win bonus bucks, you'll have to decide on whether you'll tell everybody or keep it to yourself. The winning happens every weekday, right here.
Win $1,000 on ESPN Asheville. Is your truck wimpy, trailer barely hanging on, shed crumbling? Leonard Truck Outfitters, the largest truck outfitters in the Southeast, supercharges your gear. Rugged bedliners, hardcore truck accessories, top quality trailers, and sheds built to last. With over 100 locations and years of experience, visit LeonardUSA.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dan Scott here, inviting you to check out my new show every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. here on ESPN Asheville, where we bring sports and faith together. The Dan Scott Show, 8 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Asheville.
I'm Mark Starling, and this Medical Minute is brought to you by Haywood Regional Medical Center. July is UV Safety Month, and at Haywood Regional Medical Center, we want to help you stay safe in the sun. With hot sunny days and outdoor fun in full swing, it's more important than ever to protect yourself from harmful UV rays. Yes, sunshine helps your body make vitamin D, but too much of it can cause painful sunburns, premature aging, eye damage, and even skin cancer, the most common cancer in the U.S. The good news, it's all preventable. Here are 5 simple ways to protect yourself. Seek shade, especially between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Wear protective clothing, hats, and sunglasses. Use SPF 30 or higher sunscreen, and don't forget to reapply. Check your local UV index before heading out. And be aware that some medications can increase your sun sensitivity. These small steps can make a big difference. Your skin and your future self will thank you. Visit myhaywoodregional.com to learn more.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets, just like in the car. You're our number one. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
The Sportsocracy.
You were just dumping a bag of hammers.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, we found out a lot of things about our community. We saw neighbors helping neighbors, and we learned in desperate times one of the best things to have around is a redneck with a chainsaw.
Not just a chainsaw, boy, just country boys in general. When you live in these mountains, you figure it out. Like, you make stuff happen.
After answering the calls for help that they heard on the radio, the Chainsaw Brothers are still here, making it happen the right way. Fair, insured, and local. Need tree help? Call the Chainsaw Brothers. 316-1013. 316-1013.
Welcome to the Ingalls Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. Need to whip up a dessert, entree, side dish? No problem. The experts from the Ingalls Table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingalls Table at ingalls-markets.com or swing by the store and pick up your free copy of the Ingalls Table magazine. And let's get cooking. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
From the Ingalls studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, the number one preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Live from the Ingalls studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog see! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
We are back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. We're heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. You can watch the show on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link. You can subscribe to the channel. You can join the House of Reprehensibles, super chat with us. You have to subscribe to chat with us. That's a requirement.
It's one thing we have in common with OnlyFans.
We're making you show
that's
your
about
ID
the
at the door. OnlyFans. Did you know that there's a different version of that now? There's onlyphilanthropy.com. And that's where people can sell risque pictures for charity. I just learned about that the other day. The Lily girl from AT&T, she's got one of those accounts. Well, Mark did the story on 570 the other morning about it. I was like, are you serious?
And Tank immediately went,
you're saying there's a chance here.
Could you give me that URL, but real slow?
Right. I'm supporting charity here. This is a horse of a different color. Just saying. Welcome into an Overreaction Monday. Biggest overreactions of the offseason heading into the 2025 NFL regular season. First game coming up on July the 31st, the Hall of Fame game between the Chargers and the Detroit Lions. If that were a regular season matchup, I'd be really excited about it.
Unfortunately, it's a preseason matchup, so I'm really not excited about it.
Right, exactly. It again is our annual moment to turn on the television and go, hey, NFL football. Cool, 6 plays in, we're done. All right, let's move on. Something else. I mean, unless it's your team. And if I guess I can't knock you for watching your team in the preseason. I'm going to check out those rookies and see how they See how they go. Speaking of rookies and how they can change your team, let's go Overreaction Monday for the Atlanta Falcons. You've talked a lot about James Pierce and Jalen Walker improving that defense, being like the last key pieces, or some of the last key pieces that Atlanta needs to finally win this division and have a winning season again. I just don't know if this is going to be the piece that changes the bad luck that they've had.
Well, it's not just that. You know, Atlanta, do you know how many teams in the NFL had less sacks than the Atlanta Falcons last year?
0.
It was the New England Patriots.
Oh, just one.
That's
okay.
it. Now, the ironic thing is that the guy that was supposed to get pass rush for them came from New England. New England went, hey, it's fine. You take him, we'll just be a little less good, and you'll be no better. So thank you for that third-round pick. We really appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
It's not so much that I think that's the piece. On the high side of sack totals, look, you got Denver at 63. That's 9 more than any other team in the league. It's not that they have to be this prodigious defense. You have to get into the 40s to really have any form of shot. You know, Buffalo and Kansas City were at 39. Outside of that, most of the teams that were sub 40 were not good. And the defense was just a true liability. It actually blows my mind that Kansas City and Buffalo were that low. I do think they have improved there, but it's not just that. It's not just that they added the 2 young guys in Jalen Walker and James Pierce. I like Pierce a lot. I think Walker has some talent. I'm just not really sure where you play him. What I'm looking at with Atlanta is, for the first time in quite some time, there's really not any noise. The 11 starters on offense. Do you know how many of them were the 11 starters in the last game that this team played?
No.
It's 10. They have 10 of the same 11 guys on offense. And yeah, Kirk Cousins is still there, but Kirk's a pro. Kirk's a Creed guy. No big deal. We know that all Creedmen will do the right thing, and Kirk will.
Uh-huh.
The only starter they lost was Drew Dahlman, the center. I think there's a huge facet to this is a team that doesn't have a new quarterback. They don't have a new coach. They don't have a new coordinator. They don't have it. It's the same team offensively. The defense was so irrevocably broken that I don't care that there's this much turnover. And then you look at how many of these pieces should be productive pieces. I think the secondary is good. Between what they added at safety, I mean, you got to understand, this is a team that added Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman. And Bowman's going to play nickel from everything that we've been told.
Mm-hmm.
I like the pieces you have back there. I like the fact that you added a Leonard Floyd as the veteran on top of Jalen Walker and on top of James Pierce and Arnold Ebiketie and Troy Anderson and D'Angelo Malone and Braylon Trice. I completely forgot Braylon Trice was on this team. He was third-round pick a year ago, and a guy that we liked a lot. They have a lot of bullets in the gun. And I guess that's where I'm at with Atlanta, is that I think they have so many bullets in the gun that it's not going to be like last year. Last year, Atlanta panicked in the preseason and traded for Matthew Judon. Fact or fiction?
That's a fact.
Why did they do that?
Because he didn't have any other option.
Because they looked around and went, Arnold Ebiketie and Caden Ellis are really the only 2 guys that we have that can consistently, and I'm being very generous in saying consistently, get after quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're 2 of 8 That's a lot of shots at this. And to me, the defense doesn't have to be great. It just has to be good. Because you play a lot of teams that, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't think you have to be great to beat them. I don't think you have to be great defensively to beat Tampa Bay, because I think you're going to be able to score on them. Well, that's 2 of your games. I don't think you have to be great to beat Minnesota early on. I don't think you have to be great to beat Carolina early on. I don't think you have to be great to beat San Francisco or Miami or New England or Indianapolis. Certainly not New Orleans. You play them twice. There's just a lot of games on this schedule that I go, Atlanta's in a great advantage here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at who they play on the road. This is one of those things that I never hear anybody else discuss. Look at how bad some of the teams that they play on the road could be if I'm right. I don't buy J.J. McCarthy. I never have. You get him week 2 in primetime. You know where I really love to see what a quarterback can do? In primetime.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid's second start in the NFL in his life is going to be under the lights at home in Minnesota on Sunday Night Football. Massive, unequivocal advantage, Atlanta Falcons, because they play the Bears the week before that. You get Carolina in Carolina 3 weeks into what is a complete defensive overhaul. Then you have to play Washington, but then you get a bye week before you play Buffalo. Then you legitimately go almost a month and a half before you play another team that I think is good. I'm not telling you that I'm bullish on Atlanta, because I'm looking at all these things going, you should start hot. You got an offense that should be very comfortable with each other. You got a defense that's got some moving pieces, but you play some offenses that have moving pieces too. So you should be able to start hot. If you start hot, the defense should start to fall into place. Because if the offense is scoring consistently, you're going to be ahead in a lot of these games. And so by the time it matters, which is that last 5-week stretch, basically the month of December, where you go Seattle, at Tampa Bay, at Arizona, the Rams, New Orleans to cap off the year. If you win 2 or 3 of those games, you're going to be in the playoffs. Unequivocally, you may not even have to win 3 of them.
I was going to say should be, unless you falcon the season.
And I guess that's where I'm at, is that right. I see that ugly spot between weeks 4 and 6, but there's a bye week in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Atlanta is set up much better to win this division than Tampa Bay is. I also don't just blindly buy into Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm. Atlanta finds a way time and time and time again. Or has. But it feels like every team in this division has done that forever. I know it's not been forever, because it was only 5 years ago, in 2020, that one of them won a Super Bowl. Obviously, things have changed quite a bit for Tampa Bay since then. And Tampa, for the last 3, or no, I guess it's just 2, division championships, has been just the least worst of the teams. I don't think we're bad. I mean, I think we're good at times. But there's no consistency. And that's the thing that every one of these teams in the NFC South has struggled with forever.
You can beat anybody, but you can lose to anybody, too.
Right. How many years did we go? I feel like it was a bunch, several years ago, where there was a different winner in this division every year. It felt like 20 years. The Atlanta Falcons would win it one year, and then the Panthers were good the next year. Right? The Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons both were teams that had amazing streaks of no consecutive winning seasons. Right? You go 12-5 one year, and then you turn around the next year, and you're 7-10.
Yep, that list is not what you think it is.
How many different ones we had?
Mm-hmm. It's not what you think it is.
Really?
So we went to the 4-team divisions in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
2002 to 2013, you had a different winner every single year.
There you go.
Do you know that we've only had one time where we had 3 different winners in 3 years since then?
In the last 12 years?
In the last 12 years. The Panthers won it 3 in a row. The Falcons got one. The Saints won 4 in a row. The Buccaneers have won 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long time ago. I thought that was much more recently than that, but it was not.
I did too. I mean, I thought it was much more recently than that. But I mean, still, that's been the mojo of this division for a long time. Panthers are going to find a way to lose. The Bucs are going to find a way to lose. The Falcons are going to find a way to lose. Stupid games that make no sense whatsoever. None of the games on the Atlanta Falcons schedule can you chalk up as a win. None of them.
And I don't know that I feel that way anymore. I think it was Sander Sports asked in the YouTube chat, do you trust or do you think Raheem Morris is good enough with that defense to win close games? I think Raheem Morris has never had a better team than he has right now. And I think he's in a perfect position because everything I said about Atlanta, do you know who Tampa Bay starts with?
Who?
Of their first 7 games, 4 are on the road. They go at the Falcons, at the Texans, the Jets on a short week, Eagles at the Seahawks, 49ers at the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Then, and this is not a tough game, but it is on a short week, at the Saints. Mm-hmm. That's 5 of your first 8 are on the road. You have 3 primetime or 2 primetime games, excuse me.
Which were terrible.
You're horrifically bad.
Baker Mayfield's like, somebody put that graphic up the other day on social media. Baker Mayfield's like the 3rd worst quarterback in the last 10 years on primetime games. Just want to throw that in there. It's like 3 and 6. It's not. No, it's not. There are a lot of hurdles for Tampa Bay, including the fact that you weren't here the other day when the news came out about Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs is going to miss the first 4 games of the season after having, his knee scoped.
Yep, I heard it.
And now you look at the first 4 games of that schedule. You got James Pierce and Jalen Walker and that whatever they're trying to do in Atlanta, right? Attacking from the left side. Let's see what we got. Will Anderson the next week. Then you get the Jets the next week, whoever they're going to throw at you. Jermaine Johnson or whoever. Quentin Williams you got to deal with on the inside. Oh, wait, week 4, Philadelphia Eagles. Good friggin' luck. Good luck with that without Tristan Wirfs for the first 4 games of the season. Look, I'm not, when we have this discussion and I poo-poo on the Atlanta Falcons or the New Orleans Saints or the Carolina Panthers or my own team, it's not like I feel like my team is superior and we're the champions. No, I still just feel like this is a division where anything can happen. Is there a path where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers finish in 3rd place in this division? Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely there is. Sorry, Saints fans, I'm not going that far. I don't think that much can happen in a year. Although Tyler Shuck could come out and be freaking amazing, and then all of a sudden, now it's a different story. But is there also a path where Tampa Bay wins this division again? Absolutely. The Atlanta Falcons have they have some advantages. And they are a team that I feel like should be better. But for some reason they're not. For some reason they always find something to hold them back. Last year, I think late in the season, it was a loss to the Saints that sunk them. If you hadn't had that loss, you could have won the division. Every year there's a game like that where you can point back to and go, how in the heck did we at home lose to the Tennessee Titans? The Atlanta Falcons have those every year, it feels like. And I don't know that the pass rushers are enough. It absolutely helps. I mean, your team got better, and that should scare the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the top of the division. And you better hope that a new offensive coordinator is going to just be able to pick up right where the old one left off. We'll talk about that coming up next.
With some incredible starting pitching and a rock.
And we're clear.
Don't ever count the Atlanta Braves out.
Now the first pitch to Acuna, he swings, he drives one. Is this real life? It's a home run by Acuna. Holy smokes!
Join us for Atlanta Braves baseball all season on Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville.
Our coverage of the Braves brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville, home of the Parks Promise.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Who are the 25 greatest football players to grace the gridiron since the year 2000? Introducing NFL Daily's top 25 players of the last 25 years. Join me, Greg Rosenthal, and an all-star cast of media personalities, including Mina Kimes, Steve Weish, Kevin Harlan, and more, for a look at football's best since the turn of the century. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal, and listen now.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener Party at Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue. Saturday, August 9th from 2 to 6 on the South Slope. 9 teams will compete, topping 2,700 hot dogs and only one Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef and The Food in My Beard, with local celebrity judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival, all for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need, with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
At Ingles, we know that fresh means local. The best ingredients don't come from a world away. They come from your own backyard. From the farms we support, to the stores we love, to the tables you treasure. Ingles, we're with you every step of the way.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
We're back in the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville. Top 10 quarterback Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers strive to repeat for a third year in a row under his Brett Favre-like gunslinger mentality. But can he do it with another offensive coordinator change? This is like the 17th offensive coordinator he's had to work with in the NFL so far. You know, the fact that you're keeping the scheme similar, I mean, yeah, that's a benefit. But there are changes year over year. Now, the cast hasn't changed all that much. And how concerned should you be about that? Mike Evans another year older. Chris Godwin coming off the injury. Is there going to be any kind of, I don't know, bad feelings about the pecking order? Right, the depth chart. You crowded it out with a first-round draft pick. Did you create drama within the locker room because of that? I'm just trying to think of all of the scenarios here where this just doesn't happen for Baker and company.
I just find it funny. You know, we're doing overreactions today, and I can already tell by the clock we'll be doing them again probably on Thursday.
Sure, probably.
Because tomorrow will be a Power Rankings Tuesday. I just find it funny that outside of 2 years with Tom Brady and 1 year with Jameis Winston, where I think he turned the ball over 946 times, this is an offense that has largely been middling for 25 years. And we just think, even though it's been the same cast of characters, do you know where you finished last year in points scored?
12th.
Fourth.
Okay.
Do you know where you finished the year before? With virtually the exact same team?
20th.
20th is exactly right. You were 25th the year before that with Tom Brady. I just find it funny. And I do. It's not just Tampa Bay. I've harped on this one because this one is. I will say it makes no sense to me how people see something 1 year and they just assume that the good times are going to keep rolling, and they don't understand how different it is when you've got a different play caller, you've got different things. This team is completely different right now than it was a year ago.
How
the best player on your offense right now is who?
Mike Evans.
I disagree with you, and it's vehemently.
Oh, you think it's Bucky?
I think it's Bucky Irving. I think this is a team that is now built to pass off the run. And I have absolutely no belief that you're actually going to do it. None. Because you know what happens to first-time play callers? They become victim to the loudest voices in the room, and I don't think that's ever going to be Bucky. I think it's going to be Baker. I think it's going to be Chris Godwin. I think it's going to be Mike Evans. And I've read this book before. I've seen it.
But here's – sorry to interrupt you there.
No, you're good.
But with going down that line, what is that conversation, though? Okay, Bucky may not be the loudest voice in the room, but what is Baker saying? Is Baker in there saying, I have to pass more? I have to pad my stats? No.
Pad my stats? No.
Is Mike in there saying, I have to have the ball, you need to give it to me every play? No. He knows. I think
you're taking
target.
the word conversation way too literally.
Okay, maybe so. I'm just saying this is not a group that screams me. And that's actually what I like about them.
I don't disagree with that.
This is what I like about Baker.
I mean, your quarterback does.
No. Baker is a, hey, look at me, in the sense of when he's on the field, he's going to draw attention. He's going to be the one waving the arms. He's the one.
Adorable.
Baker
I've read this book on him one time before. If you don't believe me, go back and watch 2020 Baker. Watch 2021. It is okay. This gets into the psyche of being in locker rooms, and look, you're talking to an egotistical guy that was in locker rooms.
Sure.
So I know how this goes. I know how people like me operate. of when things go sideways, you go, we're not leaning into me enough, because if we were leaning into me enough, we wouldn't be losing. I've already watched this. It's not hard to be a good teammate when you win divisions. It's not. And I watched Baker Mayfield do it in Cleveland in 2020 when they went 11-5. It was the best year he's had in the NFL, and it's not even freaking close. And people talk about last year with Tampa Bay, he threw 41 touchdowns. Okay. He was a better quarterback in 2020. May have not gotten the MVP votes, may have not had the crazy high completion percentage. He was a better NFL quarterback, and it wasn't even close. You watch him on film, they don't even look like the same guy. Because Baker has this, and I hated it when he came out of college. I hated it when he was in Cleveland. I hated it with Carolina. I hated it with Tampa Bay, and I still hate it with Tampa Bay. You can beat up on bad defenses when you play this way. The problem is that you come up against good defenses, and what happened against the Detroit Lions last year happens a lot. And I already told you I don't like how the schedule starts, especially with you missing your left tackle. I don't even know who's going to be filling in at left tackle, if I'm being really honest. I mean, is it Charlie Heck? I mean, you don't have anybody on the roster, and I don't think you're sliding Gadecki over there. So you're going to have a big, gigantic hole on the left side going up against, as you said, the young duo in Atlanta, going up against Houston's cast of characters, which is not going to be fun, the Jets' cast of characters, and the Eagles' cast of characters. Now, here's where that can go sideways, especially with a quarterback like Baker Mayfield. What happens when you're 1-3? I read this book. Never forget, I've already read this book once. Because that's exactly what happened to Cleveland. They started 3-1 in 2021, and Baker, it looked like just let the good times roll. It could not get any better. And then what happened? They came up against the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the Steelers in consecutive weeks. They lost 3 of 4, and Baker went into the toilet. And you know why? Because Baker looked around and went, I know this Nick Chubb guy's pretty good at football, but what if I start chucking it all over the yard to Jarvis Landry and Donovan Peoples-Jones? Because that's who he is. You can tell me how great a teammate he is. Hate to break it to you, I've watched him churn through 5 teams. I've never seen a good teammate get passed around like a blunt the way that Baker Mayfield has. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. Every single quarterback I've ever seen play for 4 teams in 5 years, there's a reason for that. Because at their net root, they're not a good teammate. They are a me-first guy. And they can be shut up when they have to be, and then they get paid. And what happens? Their true colors come out, especially when you start losing. And I'm telling you, Todd Bowles is not strong enough of a head coach. I can't even remember your coordinator's name. I've done this 8 times, and I can't remember his name because he's that indescript. The loudest voice in that room is Baker Mayfield, and I've already read this book. The last time he was that way, he almost wound up bagging groceries. That's where he was headed. And Carolina was so desperate to have a quarterback that they wound up with him and Sam Darnold, and it was a disaster. I talked to people in that Panthers organization. Quite often, actually. There is not a whole lot of positive said about him. There's not a whole lot of positive said about him out of L.A. There's a reason they weren't interested in the least. When he only had 1 starting option. There's a reason for that. And I am very nervous about Tampa Bay because you have so many moving pieces, and it starts so difficult. It'd be one thing if you came out here and played Carolina and I'm just going to go through your schedule. If you played the Saints and the Patriots and the Cardinals and the Jets early on, you don't. You play the best pass rush in the NFL, probably the 2nd or 3rd best pass rush in the NFL, and 2 really good young ones. It can go so famously badly. Tampa Bay probably has the widest range of outcomes that I've ever seen of any one team, because I could, honest to God, see them going 5-12 or 12-5.
Shoot.
You're not that good, and you know it. You know you're not.
Oh,
that
no,
good.
I do not know. We're not that bad.
All right, let's play a fun game then. With no Tristan Wirfs, you tell me which one of these games is not losable. At the Falcons, at the Texans, Jets, Eagles.
Jets.
You're drunk as can be that a mobile quarterback with two good edge rushers can't beat you. I'm just telling you, I said can't lose. A can't lose would be the Saints. That Jets team could come in and harass Baker Mayfield, and they win some gross game where Justin Fields runs for $125. Because I hate to tell you this, and you know I'm right. The only thing that's been able to run on you over the since Vita Vea got there is mobile quarterbacks.
Mobile quarterbacks, yeah.
They kill you. They don't just hurt you, they kill you. Yeah, that's a losable game. Then you go to Seattle, you play the 49ers at the Lions. That team could be 0-7, and I think you're going to be 2-5. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I don't see how you beat Atlanta, Houston, or Philadelphia with no Tristan Wirfs. You're going to lose at the Lions. They owe you one, and they are going to beat your brains out if they get the opportunity to.
Yeah, right.
And then going into Seattle, it's just hard for me to think you're going to win that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're sitting here at 2-5, and you still got games with a young Patriots team that you catch late. You got to go to Buffalo. You got to go to the Rams. You got 2 out of 3 against Carolina late in the season when they have absolutely nothing to lose. You got to go to Miami the week after Christmas, and you're going to tell me this is me overthinking things? I've been there. That is not a fun city to be the week after Christmas. It's just not. It's weird. The traffic is horrifically bad. It's just such – Amy and I did that a few years ago. We did New Year's and then the week after. It is the weirdest city I've ever been in. And I told her I will never do it again. The traffic –
But how would that affect a football game?
Oh, I mean, because you're still in the city.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to be battling traffic.
Still have to get there.
I don't think.
Oh, Moan Frere. Yeah, you do. I mean, yeah, you got police escorts. You're talking about a 4-lane highway that there's one way in and one way out.
Uh-huh.
It is a clunky place to go. It's the most disjointed after a football game I've ever seen any stadium in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that, I don't really so much care about that. That was just an aside of I have been there.
Right.
I hate the way this lays out for you. I hate it. And the fact that people think that you're better than you are. I hate expectations for a team like this because when you don't meet them, what happens? People start barking. Mm-hmm. What happens when 32-year-old Mike Evans is looking at Baker Mayfield going, why do I have 12 catches for 106 yards through 4 games? Well, because you met Sauce Gardner, Quinyon Mitchell. I was going to get there eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
A.J. Terrell and Derek Stingley. That's why. Mm-hmm. Has nothing to do with Baker Mayfield. Because that's another part of this we hadn't talked about. You're going up against 4 defenses that match up against you perfectly. They all have an elite number 1 corner. They all have a good slot corner, and they all have multiple edge rushers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're bad. I know people think when I harp on this with Tampa Bay that I'm saying, oh, Tampa Bay sucks and Todd Bowles is awful. Todd Bowles is awful. I don't think this team's terrible. I think you drew one of the shortest straws I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you have the leadership to get through it. Then you look at Atlanta on the other side going, good Lord, did you slip somebody a $100 handshake? How did you get a schedule lined up that way? Oh, and by the way, Carolina's ain't bad either.
Right. Widest range of outcomes.
That thing you said earlier about this division and how every single year it was a new winner.
Yeah.
Do you know why that was? I don't think we didn't do a show when this happened. Do you know why that kept happening every single year?
Why was that?
Because you had 4 teams that were practically the same team. 3 of them had really good quarterbacks almost at all times. And when I say really good, it could have been good, could have been Matt Ryan. You know, Matt Ryan had a wide range of outcomes. But you were still competent at quarterback. Every time you won the division, you got the hardest schedule in division. So you were going up against all the division winners, and you weren't as good as them. That's why that happened year over year over year. And like half of those years, I think it was the team that finished last that wound up winning the division the next year.
That was a few times.
Because they got the easiest schedule. When you're this close, and yes, I do think Atlanta and Tampa Bay are really close, and I don't think Carolina's that far behind. I know people think that's because I'm a homer. I think I've been harder on Carolina than anybody between the two states over the last 5 years. This is not me, hey, we're an affiliate, I should be nice to them. No, I look at that roster and go, you know, Bryce Young's that same guy he was those last 8 weeks of last year. That ain't going to be a fun team to play.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the defense is competent, because they weren't last year.
Should be a little bit better this year.
They can't be worse.
I believe Derek Brown coming back immediately bumps you up a few notches.
So when I was in Greenville last week, John Ellis works for the Panthers. He told me some things about a deeper dive, like DVOAs and things like that, like true analytical metrics that said Carolina was the third worst defense in NFL history.
I believe it.
You can't be that bad again. It's not physically possible.
Mm-hmm. I agree. You remember that stat that I gave you? What was it? The expected points for the defense was like minus 200 for the Panthers last year. You're right. It can't possibly be any worse than that. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. We'll continue with an Overreaction Monday after this.
ESPN Asheville.
And we're clear.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Thank you.
The high today will approach
That was another
89
time you
with
wound
the
me
potential
up and
for
went,
some scattered
cool, take
showers
us
and
to the next
thunderstorms
break.
popping up. Any rain that moves in will taper off through the evening, then partly cloudy with fog overnight as the low drops down to 66. Then wetter conditions tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage through the afternoon hours with a high around 89. More rain on Tuesday night with a low in the upper 60s. And a wet Wednesday with periods of showers and thunderstorms and a high close to 87. I'm Jeff Maurer from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Payday. Hardworking people need a hardworking candy bar. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is definitely working hard for you. So grab one now to power you through.
All right, do you have a crimes?
Caramel bar.
Okay.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
You've got apps for everything. Music, photos, even ordering coffee. But only one app gives you the live radio experience. It's radio your way. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Lean, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
At Ingles Weather, we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer,
How long have I got?
taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park. It's all in the bag.
20 seconds.
Low prices. Love the savings.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
We're in the Sportsocracy, and it's ESPN Asheville, and it's time for the most important message of the day.
Don't do crimes!
And this is another one of those, I don't know if actual crimes were committed. No criminal charges have been filed.
Tank, do we pull stories from the same place? Because I could say the exact same thing about my story.
However, to me, one crime of just humanity, people, government, this is across party lines. I'm not singling anybody out or any party or anything. Government and taxpayer wasted money irritates me so much. And then when I see stories like this, it really makes me flip on that old man gene. This is from the Jersey Vindicator, which, by the way, coolest name for a newspaper ever.
No doubt. I want to work for I want to work for them and just call myself the Vindicator.
The Jersey Vindicator. We also had a Vindicator where we stayed in Canton last year. When we went to Ohio last year, the local paper there was called the Vindicator. Thought that was very cool. Anyhow, the Jersey Vindicator reporting that the state comptroller in New Jersey has found out that the town of Irvington, New Jersey, got about $1 million in opioid settlement funds. This is, to help communities who were battered by the opioid crisis. And, you've seen the horror flicks of people standing out in the street. You may have seen it live in person in the city of Asheville. The zombies that go down the street. You can tell who they are. So you get $1 million to combat the opioid crisis in your community. They found that over $600,000 of that money was spent on 2 concerts.
Was one of them a Beyonce concert? I couldn't help it. It was too easy. It was too easy.
No, they couldn't even get Beyonce.
Oh,
obviously, $600,000.
Did they get her sister? I can't remember her name.
She has a sister?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that. Was she in Destiny's Child too?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Anyhow, the town of Irvington spent $632,000 on a couple of concerts that they branded as opioid awareness concerts, right? Because, it's really going to make an impact on the community if the mayor gets up there and does like a 15-second speech on how bad the opioid crisis is and then introduces the next band. Because that's essentially what this was. The 2024 event included these performers: Music with a Q, Soul Child, Donnell Jones, Q Parker. Wait. No, that was Ray Parker Jr. I was thinking that was the Ghostbusters guy. Melissa Morgan, Kenny Bobian, Viola Sykes, Kamara Lovelace, and the Bells 2.0 band. And this is how you spent $600,000 that could have, I don't know, put some people in rehab. Sure. The thing that opioid settlement money was supposed to pay for. Irritates me. Just grinds my gears, if you will.
Solange Knowles must have been busy that weekend. I'm sure she had an opening of a car wash somewhere. My story
by the way, just to tack on to this, there was also $360,000 of that money that was spent on the concerts that went to one of the family businesses of a township employee.
Yeah,
that's crimes.
This is a great time to say I can't stand politicians. This PSA was brought to you by the white trash cowboy himself.
I was going to say, signed the American taxpayer.
Signed all of them.
Right.
My story is from the Saltoun Surgery Center in Fraserburgh, Aberdeenshire. I could not live.
Saskatoon, eh?
I couldn't live in Scotland. It's like every city in that entire country makes me sound like I'm wearing a pair of dentures that are too big. Aberdeenshire.
Mm-hmm.
They said on social media that they have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
They have been inundated with a high volume of something that they didn't ask for.
Okay.
Urine samples. People are just bringing in urine samples because that's what this place is. It's a surgery center. And so I don't know if they just want their urine tested. I don't know if they're just crazy people. I'm not real sure. But they had to post on social media to stop doing that. Don't piddle in a container and bring it to us. And if you're going to, you should make sure it's a sterile container and not something that you, quote, keep food in.
Nope. No, I'm just saving up the milk jug. I'm saving it all up, and I'm going to drop the milk jug in front of your office door.
Here's
Put
the
my
thing.
name on it.
My mom has been giving me leftovers in country crock containers since I was 22 years old. I never knew what to use them for. I think this is the right call.
No, I know.
But for why would you? I mean, there are a lot of times I could read stories and go, I know why you did that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I can't figure out where your brain would be that you're going to whiz in a Tupperware container and take it down the street. For what purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think they're going to do with it?
No clue. I don't know why you would do that either.
I can't help but think that this is...
I mean, I'm terrified of the day that my doctor asks me for samples from home. And that's just creepy. Because I know that comes around, right?
Well,
you get to be our age and you start dealing with ulcers and polyps and all those kinds of things. Why would you do that? Why would you voluntarily carry your discharge?
Nope. That was the grossest word you could have used there. You could have called it poop in a bag, and it still wouldn't have been any grosser than what you just said.
I was trying to keep it clinical.
I don't think that's a clinical word for that. Now, there is a clinical word for that. No. I have been asked for those samples, and I responded the same way every time. If we're going to do that here, I mean, look, I call you and tell you when it's business time. But if you think I'm going fishing in that pond, you lost your mind.
Poop in this shoebox. No, I'd rather not.
I'm not going to do that.
Take his
popsicle stick. No.
Right.
No.
You schedule me for an appointment. I'll eat 4 bran muffins and drink 4 cups of coffee.
Bingo. Listen here.
And we can do it in the office. And you can do with it whatever you want to.
Listen
but
here.
But I don't want a part in this.
Yeah, listen here, Dr. Dillbag. You may have some fancy degree, but you make a lot of money, and I make a little. Because I work in radio, and you get special plates to park in cool places. Guess what that discrepancy in pay means? I don't poo play. That's your job. There you go. Enjoy your parking spot and that other thing. Sorry about your luck.
And that's when he turns to the nurse and goes, "Hey, it's your job, not mine."
Hey, you remember when we told you there would be some gross things? I'd like to introduce you to Gross Things. His name's Jeremy, but he goes by Gross Things.
Right. You remember that time I went to school for 12 years and you didn't? This is what you get to do now. Congratulations. And I say that with all the love in the world, knowing that my mother was that person who had to draw the short end of the stick.
I would have been the worst
35
doctor.
years working at Mission Hospital.
I would have been the worst doctor or worst nurse in the history of medicine. Like, somebody's going to have to come in here. That feller's bleeding. That's your job. I quit right now. Like, no, I don't like blood. No, sure as hell ain't dealing with that other thing. No.
I do know one thing that Jeremy likes, though, and that's wieners. And we're going to have a big fun time at the Big Wiener Party down at Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue, Cox Avenue, 135 Cox Avenue. You can go see them any day, but really, August the 9th, that is when the Big Wiener Party will take place downtown. And we know what this is all about. It's a hot dog party. So they're going to be cooking up hot dogs, and there will be 9 teams competing against each other. 2,700 hot dogs to top, and the team that comes up with the best toppings wins the distinction as the Royal Wiener. Kyle, the vulgar chef Marceau. Is it Marceau or Marceau?
I think it's Marceau.
Marceau. And Dan, the food in my beard, Whalen, will be our celebrity judges, along with a cast of local celebrities. Obviously, there's the award-winning Todd Lewis, who works for Luke Combs. There is the much-esteemed Stu Helm, the Asheville food man. And then there's Jeremy.
Woo!
You want to come out to Bear Smokehouse Barbecue August the 9th, 2 to 6 p.m. for the big wiener party. And don't forget, you can go by any day and get the best balls you've ever had in your life. Go to BearsBBQ.com. That's going to wrap it up for us today here in the Sportsocracy. Hope everyone had a good time on an Overreaction Monday that will turn into an Overreaction Threadbare Thursday. Tomorrow's a Power Rankings Tuesday. What is the power ranking tomorrow?
What are we?
It's not a good sign
tomorrow.
It's not. Well,
I don't have the list pulled up in front of me. I know we did coaches. I know we did quarterbacks. I know we've done edge rushers.
Yeah.
Oh, we could go defenses tomorrow.
Did we go defenses? Okay. We'll talk about the defensive side of the ball tomorrow on a Power Rankings Tuesday here in the Sportsocracy. Stay tuned to ESPN Asheville. Coming up tonight, our special coverage of the Home Run Derby, 8 o'clock tonight. Smoky Mountain's own Cal Raleigh gets a chance to bring home the crown in the Home Run Derby. And, I'll be honest with you, I feel like he's got to be the favorite. He's the headliner of this crew. And Matt Olson, okay, I think he could give him a push. But Cal Raleigh, with his 38 home runs, leading Major League Baseball, one shy of Barry Bonds' first half record. It's a hell of a season for him and a great experience, great honor for him to be able to be on the stage down in Atlanta for All-Star. It's not really All-Star Weekend. I guess just All-Star Week. Tonight, the Home Run Derby at 8. Tomorrow night, we will cover the All-Star Game at 7. We'll be back with you tomorrow at noon right here on ESPN Asheville. It's the Sportsocracy.
ESPN Asheville.
And we're clear.
Thanks, sir.
Your mountain weather forecast.
The high today will approach 89 with the potential for some scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up. Any rain that moves in will taper off through the evening, then partly cloudy with fog overnight as the low drops down to 66. Then wetter conditions tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage through the afternoon hours with a high around 89. More rain on Tuesday night with a low in the upper 60s. And a wet Wednesday with periods of showers and thunderstorms and a high close to 87. I'm Jeff Maurer from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Each year, about 2,000 pedestrians and over 800 cyclists are hit by cars in North Carolina. You can change this.
Jeremy likes wieners.
And cyclists must obey traffic laws. Visit watchformenc.org.
Once you're $1,000 richer after you win bonus bucks, you'll have to decide on whether you'll tell everybody or keep it to yourself. The winning happens every weekday, right here.
Win $1,000 on ESPN Asheville. Is your truck wimpy, trailer barely hanging on, shed crumbling? Leonard Truck Outfitters, the largest truck outfitters in the Southeast, supercharges your gear. Rugged bedliners, hardcore truck accessories, top quality trailers, and sheds built to last. With over 100 locations.
Vic, that's a good thing, though. I'm in the good graces of the FCC right now, so they give me a little leeway.
For sure. He does to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention ESPN Asheville to secure this deal today. or book online at ZeroResAsheville.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check for your wallet first before hitting the drive-thru.
$6.
Sorry, forgot my wallet. I have change, though. Here's 40 cents, another 40. Ooh, a bicentennial.
What's that?
Oh, gosh.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Martin Luther King III.
And I'm Andrea Waters King. Summer isn't just for fun, it's for having fun while making a difference.
Realize the Dream is our national call for 100 million hours of service by my father's 100th birthday, and we need you.
Volunteer at a food bank, organize a community project, or simply help a neighbor.
Visit realizethedream.org or listen to my Legacy podcast on iHeartRadio for inspiration, and let's make this summer unforgettable.
Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in Asheville has two things that all Sportsocracy fans crave: bold flavors and big portions. Oh, yeah, and they've got the balls. Bear's famous bear balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried and then topped with bacon and cheese sauce. This is the place to be. Live music on Saturdays and the first Sunday of every month. They partner with the Guitar Bar to host Mr. Jimmy's Barbecue Blues. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in downtown Asheville. By the way, I bought a half a peck of peaches yesterday. If y'all need peaches, let me know.
A half a what? Realty.
A half a peck.
One real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-77.
This is one of those little produce. You've seen those little paper white produce bags.
We're selling
It's got like 15 peaches in it.
college basketball games, bringing the soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park.
Gary Burt says power rank the cheerleaders.
Boom. Love the savings.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Ingles studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225.
I feel like that's a good way to get canceled.
Your car and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free